Just don't look good for the home team, family. Family. It don't. Why is this like this? This joint jacked up. It don't look good for the home team. Now you know it's bad when I don't. Man, we got Judith Naz in the building, brother. We need you in the building, bro. Were you busy tonight? Man, we got Judith Naz in the building, family. I'm checking out. I'm doing a testing, family. Now listen, family. I ain't coming with no intro tonight because I'm feeling some type of way, man. Can y'all hear me? Check 1, 2. Can anybody hear me? Check 1 if you can hear me. And man, I'm going over the stuff for my show on. Man, I was gonna do the show. I don't know why this is so jacked up like that. I think that should lay down a little bit. But I was gonna do the show tomorrow. But as I look at what I have, man, I had to pray again. I had to pray again, man. This is bad. Hey, man, this is bad, man. You remember the time when anybody been following this story, man? Do you remember when SaNeter said, "Ain't nobody got no pictures," and she keeps saying, "You got pictures of my," but she used the T word, you know what I mean, the boobies. No, but listen, show my boobies, my boobies. Well, this a little bit deeper than boobies, and I'm nervous. I'm trembling. The greatest researcher on social media is nervous. I need help. I need the prayer warriors come out and help me. Can we get the prayer warriors in here? Family, I'm live on thehuckabay.com and I'm going to show a few things that went on this past week, but I'm nervous, family. This is bad, man. It made me feel like I'm sinning. I'm sinning, man. I'm committing sins. This stuff gotta stop, man. This gotta stop. Judah, how you put up with this so long, man? Judah, come on, Judah. How you do this, man? Now I know, man, you had some words one time ago about philosophies as it relates to religion, but man, how you put up with this stuff, man? How you put up this stuff, man? I don't get it. Help me out. This is pretty bad, man. This is pretty bad, man. I don't know what to do, family. I want the sisters to help me out again. Why you got this up here? Hold up. Let me see something. Let me X this out real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me go on my page. I need to see this on the living color, fam. What y'all want me to do? I need to know what y'all need me to do. That mean, what I'm supposed to do? Dr. Queen, what I'm supposed to do, Dr. Queen? Dr. Queen, what I'm supposed to do? Do I keep going with this? The realist. What I do? Do I gotta keep going with this? Do I gotta put the nail in the coffin? This is bad. This is pretty bad. This is bad, man. This just don't look good. This just don't look good, man. Man, can somebody help me out, man? Anybody? Let me make sure people can hear me on on my website real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me check the website real quick. Crip say turn out. It just don't look good, Crip. Let me see. Oh yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good. So if you're on the website, I might throw something at you in a minute. But it just don't look good. Give me 1 second. This is bad, man. Crip say to bringing the horns. I'm gonna bring the horns on the website. I'm nervous. And I'm trembling. Listen, man, what we gonna do with SaNeter, man? What are we gonna do? You know what's amazing though? Is that we don't have enough people to come and bring all of this. Yep, the stream is now $4.99. And what's going to happen though is I'm taking the stream down, and you're going to have to go to the membership page. The membership page. I don't know if my brother, Cryptonomics or Sean or May, they got the membership page. You have to go to the membership page now. We're about to lock it down. We're about to lock it down. Let me see if I can find the membership page real quick. It's gonna be worth it, because this is not the only rodeo. Let me see if I can pull up the membership page. But this is not the only rodeo. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we're about to break down on TaHakaBay.com. Like, it's gonna be a lot of people mad when we get this thing wrong. This is just the first story. This is just the first story. You feel what I'm saying? This is just the first of many, many stories that we are going to be covering. This is just the first one. This is what it is. All right. This is what it is. At the end of the day, I've been creating this lane of if you out of pocket, you know what I mean, you need to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? If you're out of pocket, you need to be dealt with. Simple as that. And you need to be dealt with in such a way, you need to let the people need to know who you are. And so that those people, listen, some people come into what we call this conscious community looking for information to better themselves. And in the process of bettering themselves, the message becomes a hook to entrap people to be deceived. And so my thing is, why should that be the case? So if you make it your lane to entrap people so you can deceive them and weasel something out of them, my lane is to say, watch out for this, watch out for that, watch out for this, watch out for that. Now, with SaNeter, he has gone so far that it's not even a game no more. That it's time to put SaNeter out of his misery. Now, what I'm telling you is that, and I said it once and I say it again, I don't believe that SaNeter is going anywhere. However, let me show you something in here. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Somebody said something about somebody screaming and begging in the community. That's what I'm gonna show right here. If you on the website, this is what you get. This is what you get. I got a video playing right now on the website where SaNeter is just begging for money. That's all he's doing. Show me some love. He's just begging for money. I'm playing it right now. There you go. He's playing it right now. Show me some love. Come on, show me some love. You feel me? Come on, hit the Cash App. Show me some love. Come on. I will show you the whole Zion Lex video. Show me some love. I'm playing it right now on the website. See, this is why I can't play it right here, because they don't want you to hear the truth and they will strike me. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm going to play it on my website. Let them go cry to YouTube about my website. Anybody on the website see it? Anybody on the website see it? Press 7 if you're on the website. Show me some love. Strike that. Strike that, you joker. Look at his face. Go strike that. Go bowling. Let me see you strike that. Check. You know, I saw that and say check. Dumb is you. I used to have an uncle, right? I used to have an uncle that stutter. And every time he catch you doing something stupid and he'll bust you upside your head, bow. He said, dumb is you. Dumb is you. My Uncle Pete. Shout out to Uncle Pete. Oh, man. But we going to get the show started in a minute, family. Dumb issue. So if you over here on YouTube, you won't be able to see what's over here on TahakaBay.com. That's what I'm telling you right now. If you are over here on YouTube, you won't be able to see what's over here on TahakaBay.com. When I was young, I used to tease my uncle. My Uncle Pete used to stutter. He stutters now. He's older now. He stuttered now. I used to tease him. He's like, shut up. I used to tease him. Shut. He used to have them slippery earls. Anybody know about slippery earls? Slippery earls is the old shoes that you slip and slide when you try to run in. They old dress shoes. They ain't no Stacey Adams. They ain't no whatever you want to wear. They ain't none of them slick things. We just call them slippery earls. Man, I used to tease my uncle. He'd get to chasing me. He was fast in them slippery earls though. He would catch me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he would catch me. And when he catch me, he said, dumb as you. He would drag me too. He was mean. He was mean. Like he was one of them uncles that he'd touch you, that if he catch you, he gonna hit you like you a man. You be like 11 years old. Bam! Mama, Uncle P hit me. And he be looking at you, dumb as you. That's how I look inside none of them. Dumb as you. You kept playing with me, did you? So family, basically, I'm just touching up. I'm pretty much testing the airwaves to make sure that everything is functioning properly. All right. I'm making sure that everything is functioning properly. And so I'm looking online, I'm looking here, I'm looking there. So I'm testing everything to making sure that everything is functioning properly. One thing that I'm going to try to do is, if you work with me, I'm going to try my best to put my headphones in so I can hear. Hold on. All right. Now let me see if I can hear so I know how I'm moving. All right. Now let me throw a video up in here real quick. Let me see. Let me see if I can let me see if I can throw this up in here real quick. What's this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold up. I ain't mean that. Hold on. Let me see something. I ain't mean that. Hold on. I'm doing too much. If anybody on the website, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that. Hey. All right. Listen. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that at all. All right. So here we go. Let me see. Do I got an echo on the website? Let me see. I'm trying to check on the website. Give me a second. Yep, I got an echo. I can tell. All right, hold up. Let me check on. Let me get this echo out real quick. All right, let me see. I got aux. They up in my house having a party around here. Let me see. Bam. Let me see. I gotta make sure everything all right. All right, bam. Let me see if that do anything. All right. I can't get no feedback tomorrow. Monday. I can't get no feedback, family. Let me see. So y'all gonna work with me real quick. Yeah, there you go. I hear it. Hold on. Check. It might be that. Let me cut that off. going to fix this tomorrow in the daytime. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. All right, let me cut everything else off. I think I got it now. Let's see what we got. I think I got it now. I'm going to see you in a minute. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I got it now. Let me see. Oh yeah, we ain't got the echo now. All right, now let me try. Let me throw a video up in here for y'all. Let me throw a video up in there for y'all. All right. Let me see what I got for y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Let me throw something up in there for y'all real quick. All right, for all the subscribers. So yeah, let me throw something in there for y'all real quick. Cause they thought it was a game. All right. I'm getting it together. Y'all helping me. Y'all my friends. Y'all ain't got no choice but to help me. Now, okay, here we go. I'm starting. This is a part of the show. Putting this, practicing. This is a part of the show. Watch this. Let's start right here. I'm testing this. There we go. So look, check this out. At the end of the day, hold up. So look, hold on 1 second. Let me get this right. So look, at the end of the day, right? These people, right? Literally, these people literally was talking about this brother Lex. She named a guy named Lex. And in this video that she tried to take down, she's talking about, now in this video, this is how treacherous they are. Y'all hear what I say? This is how treacherous they are. They supposedly get mad at Lex because of the video that Lex does and says that he's going to expose her for sharing her goods with everybody. And he says, I have pictures of your breasts. And basically, what Lex is saying is what I'm saying, is that you cannot be proselytizing in the name of the Most High on one foot, and on the next foot, you're spreading your pictures around the internet, provocative pictures around the internet to different brothers, as well as different websites, because it's just a contradiction. So in response to that, SaNeter and her ultimately gets this lady to come on and says that supposedly, allegedly, that the guy Lex Vortex gives her AIDS. However, now, what they say to me is that, oh, why are you going at the sister? The sister is not the object of this discussion. The object of the discussion is the hypocrisy and the double standard. Not only did they go after Lex and bring a sister, allegedly, to try to confirm this madness, they also talked about Lex Vortex's mother, called her a crackhead. They talked about Lex Vortex's father. But now, all of a sudden, now it's doxing. Now it's cyber rape. Now it's, you want to rape me. What? Moi? You see what I'm talking about? And it's so unfortunate that people are so disingenuous that they don't even see the double standard right before their face, because they haven't followed these hypocrites. They haven't followed these crazy people as they went on a rampage the last 12 months and beyond. That if anybody came at SaNeter and disagreed with SaNeter, they went on a rampage. They attacked families, they attacked children, they had no discipline, and they had no boundary. Now, all of a sudden, I'm here to illustrate and show you the hypocrisy. And we got some dope fiend, weed smoking, crackhead acting fool making videos. He got a small channel, don't worry about him. Talking about this is revenge porn. And this crazy fool was the first one to disagree with a sister and put that sister image on his YouTube channel, when in fact, my disagreement is not with the sister per se and not with SaNeter per se. My disagreement is with the hypocrisy. That's the difference. That's the difference. And me and SaNeter, from the start of our conversation in 2015, 2016, has always been about fake news, in particular against the Moors, specifically against me. I'm going to say it again in my Umar Johnson repetitive talk style. In particular against the Moors, specifically against me. But now the game done changed. Now the game done changed, and now it's revenge porn. What did the sister do to you? Well, at the end of the day, family, I like what Capstone said. Let me put up there what Capstone say. You need to learn who these people work for. We already know, Capstone. That's going to be the back end of the story after I throw it all under the bus. We're going to come back, and that's going to be the back end of the story. You follow what I'm saying? That's going to be the back end of the story. But right now, we're on the front part of the story. We're on the front part of the story. But Capstone, you 1,000% correct. We're gonna, brother, let me tell you something. Ain't no mercy for the devil on Morse World TV. And definitely ain't no mercy for the devil on TahakaBay.com. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Because I'm going to tell you, family, if you are on the Moorish World TV and you don't go to subscribe to TahakaBay.com, then hey, you will later. If you don't do it now, you will later. And you can trust me on that one, because this thing is going to be cooking. It's going to be cooking. Hold on one second. That's right. It's going to be cooking. Hey, man, shout out to last night I went to last night I went to see Bruce, man. Took the wife to see Bruce, man. He was funny as ever. But shout out to the young guys, man. Young guy walked up to me, you know what I mean? Tahaka Bay. He was so excited to see me, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to tell you, with all the hate that you see and all of the opposition that you see, that's nothing in comparison to the love that I get. I'm telling you, it's like, I mean, it's just a crowd of people. And like the other day, I go to the grocery store. I see my brother B Moore. He probably in the chat tonight. Man, I mean, there's no comparison, family. No comparison. Sister May say follow her on tahakabay.com. That's another thing, tahakabay.com. You can also create your own on the website. You can create your own like social media on the website. See, no longer will we allow these Europeans to control how we disseminate our information. So if you are a member on tahakabay.com, you can create your own room. You can upload some of your own videos. I mean, it's so much, so much that we're going to be doing on there. So family, but here on this Friday, let me screen share real quick. Hold on for me over there on talkabig.com. Here, I ain't gonna charge you for every video, but it's $10 a month for the exclusive. All the content that is banned from that potentially can be banned from YouTube is right here. It's $10. I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna give you the best I got. And twice a week, you will get some good stuff. But mostly, let me tell you something. In reality, this is about your support for Morris World TV. And I'm gonna give you the best that I got. But I'm gonna tell you what, if I was to do a presentation on this is not gonna be good, right? If I was to do a presentation, say for instance, I would do a presentation that Farrakhan had more than one wife, hypothetically speaking. Hypothetical. Say I was to do a presentation where I say Farrakhan had more than one wife. Do you know how many people would strike my page if I came with some evidence? Say if I did a presentation about Farrakhan's son being married to a European. I'm not saying it's true, it's hypothetical. Do you know how many people would strike my page? Huh? Say I did a presentation that there's strong evidence that Stinky Inky is an agent on the witness protection program, and there's no true history of him in the Bronx as being a mover shaker and one of the well-knowns there. And I came with facts. You know, people gonna strike my page. Say if I uploaded or even did a live stream with the evidence and showing without a doubt or contradiction that not only are these people are agents starting from all the way back when the first guy came to SaNeter, one of the first presentations of live style was Ali Muhammad, who clearly was a swindler, clearly was a scammer, and continues to be. Too polite. All the way up to Nepal. What if I was to be able to bring you some research to show you that there's a common thread of these people? Not only are they scamming, but they possibly plants in our community, digital community, and SaNeter is the gateway. What if they're gonna strike my page? They're gonna try to take down the YouTube channel. Therefore, I'm gonna bring all of that information with research to you. I'm gonna still be on YouTube, but I'm gonna bring you all that information and more with the screen shares and the exclusives in the exclusive on TahakaBay.com. So on YouTube, I'm gonna be talking to you. But if you on TahakaBay.com, I'm gonna show you stuff like this that been passed around the internet. I'm gonna show you stuff like that. I show you stuff like that. Not because I'm trying to dox a sister, but this is what the sisters send to people. This is what the sisters send to people to try to entice them, disarm them, because it's a possible agenda to dismantle any potential of awakening a people. If you was on the website right now, then you got an iPhone. Press 7. Press 7. See, when you have someone that passes pictures around like that and videos around like that around the internet, posting them on the internet, they're trying to bait somebody. They're trying to bait somebody. These pictures wasn't sent to one person. These pictures is on the internet. They are on the internet. She's trying to bait somebody. And what I think happened is, I think she tried to get her way up and to bait SaNeter, and then she found out that SaNeter and her was on the same team, working for the same people. They're not in a relationship for real. And we're going to get into that probably next week. They're not in a relationship for real. They are on the same team. SaNeter has been the doorkeeper. SaNeter has been the doorkeeper for those to come in to swindle, to scam, and to keep confusion stirred up. Y'all might don't believe it, but the track record. See, one thing different between what I'm talking about and what other people talking about, there is a track record. There is a historical track record of 10, 5, even 2 years. You feel me? SaNeter is the doorkeeper to those who come in to cause confusion. And when I do this presentation and I show and prove that every group that this lady had been a part of, she did 2 things. She sent some nasty pictures in the group to be circulated, and she caused problems and had men almost beefing with each other in every circle, bar none. Now, the question is now, where did she come from? Where did she come from? That's the question. Where did she come from? Who sent her? She came from somewhere. She came from somewhere. And wherever she came from, she brought confusion with her. This is the type of thing. One second. Look at this. That's what she bring to the table. I mean, to put that out right there. I don't want to bring too much here because, I mean, where did she come from? Let me show you something real quick. And I'm going to bring all this out later. There is nothing about this sister that anybody can say has good intentions. She get the beefing with this sister, Sister Noble, and she think this is witty. That might look like me. Look at y'all, see that picture up there on TahakaBay.com? She got that looking like Sister Noble. That look more like me a little. Look at the eyes. I mean, but they think that's witty. They think that's witty. And these are the people that's supposed to be uplifting. Look, when they uplift, let me show you what they do when they uplift. What these agents do. I mean, what these people do. Watch it. Give me 1 second. Oh man, give me 1 second. Watch it. This is what they do. Listen to this. Listen to this crazy. My bad, my bad. I'm gonna just talk about it later. But you hear how she so fluently talks about women, and she says black bees are mad. Like she fluently calls sisters black bees as if she is not of the same origin. And whenever you hear her talk, you will always notice that she always talk about sisters as if it's them and then her. Anybody ever notice that? Anybody ever notice that? That she always talks about sisters as if it's them and then her. So I was looking at a few things, right? I was like, man, this sister is tripping. And then people was like, man, don't call her no sister, don't call her no sister. But whatever the case may be, I was like, hold up, I wonder who this is right here. In this picture right here, where she's taking this selfie, in that background right there, this old European lady looked like it back there, right? I mean, I'm like, man, is she mixed or something? Is she really sided with, her European side? Because she always talk as if she's in a third person. Like it's you, didn't me? Like you black bees are different. You know what I mean? You black bees are mad. You black bees is this and black bees is that. Black bees is this and that. I'm like, what in the world? And what's amazing to me is all of the information that is easy to be found about, hold on 1 second. What's amazing to me is that all of the information that's easy to be found on her, talking about Hebrews and black bees and N-words and this and that, but you can't find any information on her about her model career. Anybody ever knows that? Remember she said she was a model? She was a model for a year and a half. If she let her hair down, it was, I mean, anybody remember that? She got like weird names that don't even add up. We're going to get into that later. And you know what's also strange? Somebody says she said she's Dominican. SaNeter, supposed to be Dominican. Inky, supposed to be Haitian. Polite, potentially Nigerian. All of these people are imported or were here and can be used as pawns to keep confusion amongst our people. Anybody notice that? Y'all think that don't seem odd to you? Y'all don't think that's odd? SaNeter is Dominican. She's married to a Mexican and is said to be Dominican. Inky is Haitian. And Rodney Price said YP is from another planet. That's right. Somebody said, didn't Sai surrender? We don't accept surrenders. Only thing we accept is food stamps, EBT, roses to my mother and to my wife, and that's it. We accept roses of apologies. We accept you to turn yourself around and live your life right, and we accept EBT. Yeah, we got the Prophet Noble Drew Ali birthday coming up in January the 8th. We're gonna need some groceries for EBT. So you hear what I'm saying? So it's see, this is the problem. When I say these things, people think I'm just having a YouTube show. I'm not just having a YouTube show. I'm not just having a YouTube show. I'm sharing something with you that potentially could keep somebody out of danger, because you already know. You already know. All you need to do is share the information. You already know. And another thing you need to do is begin to research and investigate people. Investigate me. You know, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Investigate me. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to share this with you. I ain't going to let them get away with it. Investigate me. Watch it. I'm trying to find the video where in that she says, I beat my wife. If this is it, let me see. This might be it. Y'all see that? So she says that I have Asperger, I have Asperger, I have a defect, and I beat my wife and punches walls. Not in that video. She said the volume is low. I'm trying to work on the volume, but I might have to do that next show. I turned the volume up on some of those things, but let me see something. So she says that I have a defect. You follow me? And not only do I have a defect, but it's another video where she says, I beat my wife and I punch his walls. I have Asperger's. I said, I ain't never eat no Asperger's. You know what? I did eat some Asperger's. When I was young, my cousin Mookie was on the grill. He dropped the burger in the grill, got ashes on it, and I ate some Asperger's. I ate some Asperger's. I sure did. My cousin Mookie was on the grill, but he poured some bottled water on it and got the ashes off it. So I did have some Asperger's. Yeah, I had some Asperger's. You dug all right. I'm gonna call my cousin Mookie and say, man, why you had to go and tell people I had some Asperger's? Shoot. These people crazy. I'm trying to tell you. They're good and crazy. They're good and crazy. Let me show y'all one more thing, family. Let me show you something that you're gonna be seeing coming. Let me see if I can drop something on you real quick. This watch this. This is what she said. This is what she said. This volume might be good. I don't know. I'm gonna mess with the volume later. Don't worry about it. Let me see. There you go. So she says that I want to have sex with her and Cynthia. That's what she says. And Cynthia. Y'all hear that? This woman is crazy. She says, he wants to be SaNeter. And you know what? She might be right. I want to be SaNeter, not SaNeter. She said he wants to have sex with me and Cynthia, and he wants to be SaNeter. I was like, man, maybe I do want to be SaNeter, but I don't want to be SaNeter. I don't think nobody want to be SaNeter today. Not with Tahaka Bayers on your heels. That's right. I don't think nobody. I mean, I don't think nobody want to be SaNeter today. Let's see if we can get my brother up here, man. I wonder if Judah's still in the building. Now, I'm going to have to turn him up so y'all can hear him in the, what's the name? Let me see if I can get Judah Naz in the building. Everybody don't hit this, Judah Naz. Let's see if we get Judah Naz in the building real quick. Judah, you in the building? See if we can get Judah Naz up in here. That's right. What Jesus Price talking about today? What Jesus Price? What's wrong with Jesus Price? I wonder what's going on with Jesus Price. Jesus Price got some problems today. Jesus Price ain't got no problem. Jesus Price, stop acting like that. You know what I mean? I like this video somebody put out here on there. Check this out. Watch this. Family, I got a video I'm about to play right now. This was somebody put up. I mean, people put in work. Watch this. People put their work. Watch this. There you go. You see what I'm talking about? This fool said, I could kill y'all. I could kill y'all. But I'm going to let you live. This fool crazy. Man. Oh, my goodness, man. This is crazy. I mean, this is crazy. Memphis Night Rider said Noble Drew Ali was a homosexual slave owner. Good goodness gracious. Y'all see that? I'm going to let that one. It's a guy that he got blocked right now. He said Noble Drew Ali was a homosexual slave owner. Good goodness gracious. For real? Hey, bring the receipts. What SaNeter told Napah? Source up, B. Somebody put in there. Somebody put in there that Noble Drew Ali was a homosexual slave owner. What's SaNeter when you need him? Source up. Source up. Source up. Source up. Oh my goodness. They acting fool here. We got a lot of people up here tonight. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Good goodness gracious. We about to drop some bombs up in here. Press up if y'all can hear me. I see people getting blocked all over the place. What happened? SaNeter said, source up. Somebody said Prophet Noble Drew Ali a homosexual slave owner. How you come up with that? Source up or STFU. Listen, I'm just the host of Morris World TV, TahakaBay.com. I don't take this personal. There's nothing you can say to me to make me take it personal. I am here just to give you critical information so you can avoid the pitfalls and the traps that is laid before you. There's nothing. I know you are sick people. I know that you will say anything, but there's nothing you can say to me to rattle my chain. Listen. Any mistakes that I ever made, I will be man enough and say it's a mistake. And you would never be able to. I could make a mistake tomorrow, and it could be of. Somebody said check my nose. Yeah, I got a bad nose problem, man. Cause Somebody bust me in my nose years ago. Let me make sure I'm good. I'm going to go old school. Let me see. I'm good. Thank you, family. Look, let me tell you what happened. You know, I always got a story, right? So look, back in the day, right? Back in the day, right? I was a fighting fool. I'm telling you, I could throw them hands like Muhammad Ali. I was a fighting fool. So every time somebody ran away, whether it was in the hood or close to the hood, I had to take 2-on-1 all the time. You know what I'm saying? I always had to take 2-on-1. I was known to throw them hands, real nice with them hands. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you, Nuge. I was real nice to man. So I always had to get like 2-on-1. You know what I'm saying? Every single time, man. I never had to take a L with a 1-on-1. I'm talking about big guys, little guys, whatever. I never had to take an L. I mean, I don't want to do no fighting now, and I ain't got no time for that. So the one time I took an L, it was 2 guys, one named Ip, one named Tay. Yeah. Ip and Tay ran down on me. Let me tell you something. Ip and Tay caught me coming out that 7-Eleven and put that little Louisville slugger back across my face. Babba! I tried to dip and work my move, but that little, anybody know them bats they used to give away at the baseball demonstration? Anybody remember them, the little Louisville sluggers? Anybody remember? Well, let me tell you, them things are just as hard as the big ones. Hey, if you from the DMV, I was coming from a go-go. I never forget it. And we had been arguing earlier that day. Man, Ip and Tay ran up on me, man, coming out that 7-Eleven, trying to get me some honey glazed donuts after the go-go. They put that, there was one of them trying to get me from the back. I dipped. But listen, I'm going to let Judah in the building. We got Judah in the building, but give me 1 second. So listen, I come out. Now, I'm in the 7-Eleven. I know I got to come out that demonstration, and I see them. Now, I ain't that type to do no running. I ain't no runner. I don't run too good. You know what I'm saying? They already say I got short arms. Most people that can run got long arms. I got short arms. You know they say that all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Man, so the first thing I'm thinking is which one I'm going to grab. I can box a little bit, but it's better to fight than try to box somebody when it's 2 of them. So which one I'm going to grab? It was short and was kind of my height. Tay was tall. So the best thing I could do is take the short and stocky one, Ip. So when I came out the door, one was here, one was there. I immediately knew what time it was and walked out there to try to play like I ain't know what's happening and hoping that I can just get out just a little bit. It was a no-go. I got halfway. Ip grabbed me, Tay grabbed me in the L. I dipped a little bit, something like that. I tried to dip. And Ip, bam. When I dip, you dip, you dip. And so the whole point is, he hit that bridge of that nose. You know what I mean? Man, he put that bat up on my lip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. And man, oh man, woo! That bat was something serious. And so ever since, I've always had problems with my nostrils, man. I mean, somebody even say, oh man, he's a crackhead. He's sniffing drugs. Man, what are you talking about? But we got Judah Napah in the building, man. So family, if you are on, I'm gonna take at least 30 minutes. and talked to my brother Judah. And let me tell you something. You have to be able to take some L's in order to get some W's. That's just what it is. If you ain't take no L's, you ain't getting no W's. Period, point blank. And that's in the debate thing. That's in life. That's with everything. Like somebody was on it. What's name? Like, you got a criminal record? I was like, yeah. That sucks. Moi? It do? It never hindered me. It only hindered me when I was a fool in my early 20s. But when I became wiser, it was a capitalizing thing because I learned from my ignorance and my foolishness. So the only thing that somebody can say to me is when I was dumb, ignorant, and was a fool. But you can't tell me that I am doing these things or that doing the thing that I'm accused of in the state of consciousness. And when we're talking about SaNeter, Inky, and in this sense, Napah, these people are portraying themselves as conscious. That's the problem. Whenever I was accused of something, I was not portraying myself as a teacher of consciousness. That's the problem. Unmute your mic, Judah. What's up, brother? Yeah, so that's the problem.
Oh, shalom, Tarkabe.
Hold on 1 second. This mic on. Hold on.
Shalom to the whole chat out there. It's your brother Judah Nazareth. We're bringing skinny tight shirts back in 2022. Shalom to the whole chat out there.
Okay, I got you now. There you go.
It's your brother Judah Nazareth. We're bringing skinny tight shirts back in 2022. Shalom to the whole chat out there.
Hold on 1 second. There you go. Hold up, you got an echo too.
We're bringing skinny tight shirts back in 2022.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I don't know why. Hold up, you got an echo too. Oh, I know what's going on. I don't know why. Hold up. Let me get this Bluetooth hooked up over here because I definitely can't hear you. Hold up, family. All right, say something.
Mic check.
You still sound muted.
Hey, my mic is trash.
But I can't hear you. Hold on. I gotta get the people hear you on the demonstration. Oh, I see what it is. Hold 1 second. Hold tight. I need the wire. Hold on, family. Y'all don't want to miss this. I'm trying to hook it up so everybody can hear it. Hold tight. Man, where'd I put that wire at? Well, you know what? We're going to do it like this. All right, we're going to do it like this. All right, we're going to flip it. Give me 1 second, fam. We'll have to do it differently. I need to hear from here real quick. All right, let me see if I can get it like this. All right. I wasn't prepared for the brother to come on, so I ain't got them speakers hooked up. All right, say something now.
Mic check.
There we go. I got you now. I wasn't prepared for him to come on, but he in the building. With that being said, family, you may not be able to. I'm trying to get it so you can hear. So maybe I have to find. Where my cord at? Because I wanna get you to hear on. Y'all bear with me real quick. Bear with me. I want everybody to hear on the website. And in order for that to happen, I got to get the speakers on. So let me find this wire real quick. What the world? Oh, I know where I'm going to find it. 1 second, family. Stand busy. Do it on them wires. Oh, man. I didn't mess myself up now. I got the man of the hour in the building. I can't find my hookup. I'm gonna find it in a second though. You watch this. Give me 1 second. I got the man of the hour and I can't even hear. All right, so this we're gonna do. So family, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it like this because this is important. I got my testing going on. Everything is good over here on everything is good on the website. So I'm gonna exit out the website and then I'm gonna just work with on YouTube. But before I go out the website, let me just show y'all this real quick. This is what one of the things that we are going to be looking at. I want to give y'all something real quick. We got a bunch of these coming up in 1 second. Let me see. We got a bunch of these coming up in a second. Oh, is that it? Just to let y'all know. That's right. I'm trying to get you to come over there to subscribe so I can give you this good information. But in the meantime, in between time.
Tuck, give me 1 second, please. 1 second.
All right. But in the meantime, in between time, I want to share something with you. If I can find it real quick. Where is that? Matter of fact, here, I just do it like that. I ain't want to do it like that, though, man. I ain't supposed to do it like that. I had a whole plan for this. I had a whole plan. All right, give me 1 second. There it is. Save it. Oh, man, that's what it is. That joint look crazy. Hold up. I got to blur that a little bit more. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you what I want to show you in a minute. This I wanted to show you. I want to show you. Oh, my goodness. Now, that ain't good enough either. Hold up. All right, Judah back. But family, so coming this Sunday, I was gonna show a little bit more, but I want to get a few words in with my brother Judah real quick. But this is the type of pictures that she has sent out, and I'm gonna be sure to make sure y'all know that this stuff cannot be tolerated from a sister who claiming to be teaching other sisters to be Israelites, Torah subscribers, and one who is associated with one who is always trying to tear down other people's ways of life as it relates to their religious persuasion, and simply just want to tear down all sorts of communities as it relates to those that are subscribed to by our people. And I always say, I'll exit out this right now and then I'll go over to StreamYard. I'll always say that it's okay to disagree, but it's never okay to be disrespectful, and it's never okay to be malicious. You know what I'm saying? When one get disrespectful, then other gonna get disrespectful. It's okay to disagree, but it's never okay to be malicious. It's never okay to be disrespectful. Because the moment that you get malicious, you can't say I give up, I quit, I'm sorry, stop. No, game over. It's time to go to war, and that's just what it is. So thank you on taakabay.com. I will be live tomorrow with a few more samples for you tomorrow night, and I have some more slides. I wanted to show you some more, but I really want to get it in with my brother Judah. He on a different time zone, and it might be tired. I don't know what time it is over there, so we got to get it while he's here. It is what it is. So peace and love, family. With that being said, I'm going to exit this out here. Bam. Hold on 1 second and make sure. All right, that's out. I'm out of here. So family, it's about to turn up now. It's about to turn up now because I'm the great interviewer. And Judah, He got the great goods. He gonna give you something that you ain't heard, that I ain't heard. I'm pretty sure. So give me 1 second. Let me get up and StreamYard real quick. Bam. All right. Check, check, check. Can you hear me? All right. Can everybody out there hear me?
You sound more clear now than before.
Yeah, yeah. I was going through another system because that's the system where they can't mess with. So here we go. Here we go. Now listen, let's get straight to it. Hey Judah, what time is it there?
It is 2:17 in the afternoon.
Oh man, this is good time. So,
Yeah.
so I got me a little bit time on my hand, at least 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or more. As long as the wife don't call me. Because she said, you gonna go 3 days in a row. I said, yeah, we gotta knock the brains out of this falsehood. Now, Judah, what I come to understand is that you are basically the authority on Napah's entry into this community. And when I say this community, I'm saying all inclusive. It's not Moors, it's not Hebrew, it's just our community where we disseminate information that they like to call the conscious community. Now, brother, can you help us to understand her entry point? Where does she come from?
You know, honestly, listening to the stream, I learned some things about her that I didn't know. So, and you raised some questions that I need to sit back and ask myself. Me and my wife sitting there thinking, like, good question. So, I met her on SVDO with Brother Solarmine in the debate league over there, and she was on me immediately about me and another sister were involved, and she was asking us personal questions, asking me personal questions, whatever. But where she came from, I have no clue. Oh, actually, that's not true. I'm sorry. The story that she said was that she was a kind of like a secret member of Great Millstone.
If you help us, what is that?
Oh, it's an Israelite camp, Great Millstone with Tahar and Ryan Mob.
Okay.
One of the One West camps.
Okay, I
So
got you.
she
So,
was,
so
she
it's
was
a
kind of like
Hebrew.
a
So for
secret.
those that don't know on Morse World TV, that's a Hebrew camp with One West, which is if y'all not familiar with it, you got different camps in the Hebrew nation. And so she was a secret member, you say?
Yes. And I'm not trying to gossip. I'm just telling it like I know it.
Brother, I'm
Uh,
reporting.
oh well, yeah. I mean, just say, some people know she was under a account called Phineas the Zealot. So she was kind of pretending to kind of be a guy, and she would never really show herself. So, but then she began to reveal herself, and I guess she knows various brothers, and other Israelites, from various camps. She's been to their Passovers and things like that, meetings. Um, so apparently, there's something a brother brought. Was it you? It's either you or somebody else, but someone brought out that the pictures may have come from, or was it Lex? It might have been Lex Vortex. And I heard it, and I didn't say anything. I wasn't trying to keep it a secret. I was just like, I wasn't, I was just like, oh, this is kind of put, the puzzle's kind of fitting together. So the story goes that somebody from Great Millstone had leaked these pictures of her. We were under we were under the thought that this came from Solar Mind because she said that's the only man that she was dealing with. However, when other brothers from FOPE said that basically she had got it from Great Millstone, I didn't say anything at the time. This is my first time saying it ever publicly. Oh, that's not true. I said it on my channel.
Yeah.
She was messing with two dudes in Great Millstone. One dude's from England. We call him the English Muffin. And there's another brother either from Great Millstone, Dallas, or Great Millstone, Houston. So one of them brothers allegedly, or I'm assuming, put the pictures out because Lex Vortex said it wasn't Brother Solomon. So this is all very, very interesting. This is all you.
And I'll tell you this: when Solomon was on my show and we did the first interview, if you caught it, the first interview, I leaked a photo that I found. Nobody gave me anything. I've researched and find stuff, and Solomon was like, "Whoa, I don't think nobody's seen that one," as implying that there is stuff floating around. You know what I mean? And now I did the interview with Solomon, but when he said that, he was like, I don't think nobody's seen that one. And so there is a bunch of stuff floating around, and she's trying to act like it's a Solomon or something. No, she has stuff floating around.
I'm finding this out too. I just told my wife. My wife came in from shopping. I was like, all right. Like, do you know that Nepal has more pictures just floating around? And my wife is like, what? Because we were under she told us she was just dealing with Solomon and that nobody knows her and never couldn't find out. Or how about the pictures on my video where she's twitching, twerking.
Twitching.
Someone called it twitching because it was. Somebody dropped those in my Facebook pictures that apparently, and then SaNeter called me 2 days ago. I didn't see it, but I saw it. It said Frankie Gary called you. So he called me 2 days ago. This had to have been when that the European dude, the white dude, came on my panel. This had to have been around that time. So I'm thinking perhaps, and I know people listen. You had Brother Unseen Soldier. Shout out to my brother Unseen. I'm famous for being very naive. It's not naivety, it's kind-heartedness.
Right.
I'm believing in myself. I know everyone's probably like, oh, here's Judah go again. I believe that SaNeter, to an extent, is a victim. To an extent. I believe that he thought that he found this pearl that, because remember his famous quote is, I got the baddest girl in the game wearing my chain. But the problem is Beyonce don't have her goods on. Kim Kardashian does. So I believe that SaNeter is finding this out. This is just like when you're bringing out all this. I'm like, what? There's more pictures? So I believe that SaNeter is finding out stuff just like the rest of us are.
To a degree, I agree with you. To a large degree, I agree with you, because I remember SaNeter saying, "Don't nobody got pictures of my wife," and then it shift to, "Oh, only one that might have one is Solomon," and then it shift to, because it dawned on him that the internet knows more about her than he does. But the problem is, SaNeter will not bow out. He's still trying to ride with it. And I believe, or I have an idea in theory that if she is here to cause confusion, SaNeter is the master of causing confusion, that her cover has been blown, and either they're going to team up and run with this fake relationship to keep confusion going, or they're going to part ways because her cover is blown. But I will tell you this: she shows no sign of an authentic Hebrew Israelite woman.
I do have to agree with you on that. She, especially for our side, we are Torah based, Torah prophet based, not Napah. Napah is what do you call it? New Testament based. So this whole she's going to teach Torah thing is folly, because Torah Knights, our group, we're really the only Israelites community that's Torah centered, like as a community. And she don't know the language. She don't know quote unquote Hebrew. She don't know Arabic. She don't know Aramaic. She don't know how she can't. There's certain nuances and things where you're teaching the Torah at a quote unquote esoteric level, that you have to be acquainted with, and she don't know none of that. She's involved in, well, she's not a witch. I don't agree with witchcraft, but let's not insult the witches out there. She's
Right.
not a witch. That mind telekinesis, trying to move tissue, that's just some folly. But I do agree with you, because if there was a live stream Napah had, and SaNeter was joined with her on the panel, and Napah drinks wine, and when she starts drinking wine, she starts getting really mouthy. Her self control. Well, she has no self control, but it gets even worse. So SaNeter's talking, she's cutting him off. He's cutting her off. And if you look at SaNeter, he's just playing with his phone, and Napah's getting annoyed. And then SaNeter puts the phone up to the camera, and it's his wife. And he starts showing all these pictures of him and his,
I
his,
see
his
that.
actual wife while Napah's talking. So I'm sitting there looking like, wait a minute. I started thinking, like, wait a minute, like SaNeter's kind of catching on to what's going on up in here, that this ain't Beyonce. This is Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not I'm not disrespecting that man's wife at all, in no shape, form, or fashion. I know he's watching. They always watch. For those who don't know, Napah is a sociopath. If you look up the definition of sociopath, they're narcissistic. This is where you're jealous of me. This is where that comes from. They don't show sympathy and they don't have empathy. If you notice, again, there was a sister that has a substance abuse issue, that allegedly some got violated by someone from the HOK sector, and Napah, instead of being a quote unquote women's advocate as she claims to be, begin to drag the sister.
Yep.
Oh, that B, I'm gonna drag her. I'm gonna expose this B, blah blah. And I'm like, what? This is
She
crazy.
she mentioned her name the other day in a fit rage, and said, yeah. She dropped the name the other day. I already, once you've been around, you done heard all the stories, and you know what I mean? But she dropped the name the other day. I was like, this is crazy. And that sister ain't had nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with it. And this is what I'm trying to tell people. People are saying that, well, why are they coming at Nepal? Why are they coming at Nepal? People must don't know the history behind Nepal and all the confusion and carnage that follow her everywhere she go. People must don't know. Let me ask you this. Bro. When she was, did you and her ever have any conversations of possibly coming together as an item?
All right.
You know I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
asking you
know.
that. You already know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We were never involved like that, but we would flirt with each other, and she would talk about coming to Japan, and her kids wanted to come to Japan and things like that, and we would talk every day for hours, and my wife would be there listening, so my wife can verify, like, yeah, Judah and Nepal used to talk for hours, like, we had the camera, we used to talk, but it wasn't, we never got, it wasn't like well, this is my girlfriend or my wife. It never got to that point. So, but yeah, so it's flirting, yeah, but it never got past that.
But and then now, why is it that it is said? Why is it said that that she not only flirted with you but with other guys? Like if she was kind of fishing to see who she can catch, like throwing her line out. You know what I'm saying?
It is true about it went from, so bear in mind, Soul Mine's not the first. Two GMS dudes are first that we know of. Soul Mine was the third that we know of. Her and I were flirty with each other. She came immediately over to Tour Nights right after. Then I was in Lions Den Debate League with JJ 7000. Then she began to talk to JJ. Now this is unbeknownst to me, because a sister, I don't know if her name was, she was on my panel. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, Judah, get your woman. Or no. She would be like, JJ can have her. And I'm like, have her? What are you talking about? Like, that's your dude. She's like, no, she talking to JJ. So I'm like, word? Like, this is new to me. And so the brother JJ said that she was calling, kept blowing his phone up or whatever. And then I know you saw that. I know, and I ain't trying to.
When
I'm not
JJ went
gossiping.
in,
Well, something happened. JJ had he's a female companion that was on my panel the other day, Sister Carla. And if you remember that one time with SaNeter, when she exposed SaNeter, she put the phone up and SaNeter told her, "You a beautiful sister. JJ's the dumbest Hebrew in the world. Why don't you drop him and come with me?" Now she's very humble, sisters. She's like, "Oh, chill out." But that's what happened, and we all saw it. So, allegedly Nepal was flirting with JJ, calling his phone. His woman was telling, I think he tried to like block the phone or get another phone, and she called another number, and then her and I, she was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go to HOK." She was still in SVDO at this point. I'm about to try to get on HOK through JJ. I was there the whole time. So she spins this narrative of Judah's mad at me because I went to HOK. I said, don't go over there and sell your soul, so to speak. Like what she's doing now,
Right.
that's what I told her not to do. And I told her, and I literally had like I don't know if it's a dream or a vision. What is going on? I knew, I saw it, and I told her, and she got offended, blocked me, and now I'm jealous and this, that, and the other, and this is the result of selling out. I ain't trying to get spooky. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
the proof is what we see, though. The proof is what we see. Now, when do you think that she plotted to go with HOK from the beginning? Because it seemed like she worked her way up. Because when you look at, I think it's GMS, right? They're not as, let me say, they're not on the forefront like I see you. They're still powerful. Don't take nothing from them. But for when we look at social media and we look at outspoken Hebrews, you would think of yourself, Zion Lex, Judah, 7,000, names like that. You know what I'm saying? AOC, and I mean, it's certain other names too. But it seemed like she worked her way up until she got to what she thought was the apex of what this conscious community is supposed to be. And now, let's get busy. But the problem is, I think she came at the wrong one when her and SaNeter started talking crazy. Because first thing she said about me was that, he's married to a woman that's married. And, and she's chiming in with SaNeter. And I'm looking at her like, that's what you do? That's what you do. And when SaNeter attacked, she was attacking too. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, man, these people are hypocrites. These people are hypocrites. So the objective is to expose the hypocrite. Forget the pictures. The pictures only represent the hypocrisy. That's all they represent. And so, I remember when you said, well, I don't know if I would have showed the pictures. And you know what, Judah? I feel the same way. Like, dag, is this the right thing to do? Is this the right thing to do? But because you've been around as long as I've been around, dealing with this fake community orchestrated by SaNeter, we got to go to the extreme now to dismantle it. Because if we don't, then those who seeking to learn from you, if they want to choose the Hebrew Israelite path, they want to choose the Moorish path, we're going to always have this confusion creator, SaNeter, and he's going to open the door for other confusion creators to dismantle what we try to dismantle, what we try to put down. And me and you can disagree every step of the way, but that shouldn't change our intentions and our heartfelt sincerity into what we believe in. And we shouldn't have to tolerate this guy over here keep on opening the door to cause confusion when he don't even have a horse in a race. He don't believe in nothing.
You hit on something very, very pertinent. Maybe like 30 minutes ago, maybe a little bit more, you hit on something very pertinent. I was in the chat listening. Do you remember the Kemet on trial? You know, I brought this up before. But people don't see the significance and the importance of this. If you remember, and listen, I'm not a racist. I have white people in my family. I got Filipinos in my family. I'm not a racist. I don't kiss the white man's behind. I don't worship white people. I don't, whatever, right? Everyone knows it about me. I speak my mind. I'm not a racist. But if y'all remember Kemet on trial, where a lot of the Israelites got shafted, and you notice that after the Kemet on trial, a lot of the Israelites stopped going over onto HOK.
That's right.
Brother Polite, as soon as the debate thing was over, he immediately got on camera, started flashing the fat wad of cash, and had a Bentley. You remember that? SaNeter, he didn't get a big chunk of his money, but he got some money out of it because I think he bought the black Benz, allegedly. But how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, he took the camera. He took the camera to the car lot right after that Kemet on trial and talks about, should I get this? Family. Should I get this? What y'all think, family? Yeah.
Not the van, a Benz, right? Not the van, a Benz.
Not the news van.
Not the news van.
That he cussed out people for not supporting.
So he put the money right back in the European's pocket. Now look, that's fine. I ain't watching the man's pockets. What I'm saying is, one day I was on Israel Doctrine, Carl Israel Doctrine's channel, watching, and all of a sudden this man called Rabbi Harry Rosenberg was in a trailer with SaNeter. And Israel Doctrine said, we wasn't supposed to see that. And I found it odd, we don't, Israelites and Moors, we don't use the word black because we know what that means. But I'm going to say the word black so that everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
What is a white Jewish rabbi doing in a event supposed to be for us, by us? What is he doing there? And why was he in a trailer? You know the movies, you shoot a movie, they have the trailers, that's what SaNeter and Harry Rosenberg came out. And then, if you remember, another younger Rosenberg named Jeffrey Rosenberg came out HOK.
Mm-hmm.
Then this, like I said, I learned from you again. I want to ask you, I'm trying to interview you, but
you good, brother. Come on, brother. This is good.
I think it may have been you. Did you say, because the strange white European comes on my channel, he knows all of us.
Bro, this is what I said. It's very odd that you have European to come on your channel, and he not only does he know each and every one of you by name, he says it comfortably and accurately. See, that's a difference. When you know body language and you know how people articulate themselves, whether it's from the hood or from the corporate boardroom or just in passing casually, you can tell if someone is comfortable in their articulation of how they pronounce things. And they were speaking in matter of factly. How does that work?
And when he did that, I was looking at my chat to see if they were picking up on it, and it was like it went over a lot of people's heads, and I was like, I had to stop him, hey y'all, this is deep. This is a dude. He knows. If he knows us, he knows you.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure if it was you or someone. Someone said that guy was also on the pause channel on the panel.
Listen, it's a guy. He was on House of Consciousness. And I remember when he first called in, he would say, yeah, I'm a white guy and, but I really like you. And he called in a couple times, not much, but I caught, and amazingly, I don't watch SaNeter that much. I can't muster it for long periods of time. You know what I'm saying? But amazingly, I caught it both times. And then he went on to Nepal recently. One of these guys went on Nepal recently. I got it. He went on Nepal recently. And the look, bro. The look. He's watching now. So let me show you your look. The look was basically like watching the chat, real intense. I mean, he had an intense look. And then when he would talk, he's watching. When he would talk, he would say, well, I think it's disgusting that this guy, talking about me, would show your pictures all over the internet, and I think you're beautiful. I would love to see them, but I have respect. This is what he says. But I have respect for you. And I just think it's a terrible thing. And that's the only thing he would say. And then he would imply about her taking some sort of action, right? He would imply about her taking some sort of action. And then he would just sit there. She took the video down now, but he would just sit there. He wasn't making a contribution to the conversation. And in fact, I don't even see why would this conversation interest a European? Why would this interest a European? And why would you allow a European to come in to dialogue about this conversation? Now, I will open my line up for a European to give a comment. But the moment that the Europeans start saying like injecting and implying and like now the way that you did it on your show, now sometimes I wish I could do it like that. I can't do it like that. And if anybody ain't seen it, you got to go back and check it out. Judah wasn't given an inch to move. Judah was bad. Judah had he had blood all over the screen intellectually. You know what I'm saying? But I won't go that hard. So the only thing I can do is allow you to ask a question. I'm going to answer, and then I got to get you out of here. But they were sitting, the one that was on the part, he was sitting there like this, like he was a gatekeeper. He was sitting on that. Anybody seen that? Press 7 if y'all seen that Napah show. He was sitting there like a gatekeeper. He's watching right now. You know what I mean? And many of them are watching right now. But the thing is that this is an in-house conversation about our people and our strive to get out of this condition. And I don't believe that the European Jew, European Englishmen, Frenchmen, they don't have a horse in a race. It has nothing to do with you being European per se, but it's not your issue. It's not your problem. And we can't use or need your contribution for the solution. That's it. It's not a racist thing. I don't mind your comment, but don't need your contribution. And he was like this. Do you think, would you consider the idea that Napah is not who she says she is, and that this all could be a plotted move? Because there is an abundance. You know how she kept saying to the Lex, and you was on the panel, oh, you got pictures of my breasts? She didn't say breasts. And you want to show them to everybody? There's more pictures than breasts out there. Way more. Yeah. Way more. And like the little Twitch video that you had, way more. I'm going to show it on Monday. I'm going to show 5 to 6 items on Monday. On Monday on TahakaBay.com, I'm going to show to the members on TahakaBay.com how extreme she goes. What I showed on the first one, we're going to turn it up a little bit. And so the point that I'm making is, are these bait pictures and videos? Have you ever seen that? Have you ever I was talking to a friend of mine and I was like, bro, do you know that the United States used to use Russian sex workers to turn agents? And Russian sex workers was working for Russia to sex Americans to give information. And I said, now I don't know if this the case, but with the flood of all of this these sexual items, I don't think we can rule out the idea that these things could have been intentionally put in certain hands and flooded through the internet with the intentions of causing confusion or something as simple like this, Judah, to take down some fool, put it on their YouTube channel that is progressively waking up people and teaching people. And even it could be something as simple as a corporate espionage to take down channels. It could be something simple as that, or it could be something that is extreme to be filtering information from groups or something like that. Brother, I'm gonna land it over to you, brother. Have you ever considered any of those things?
Now that you brought it out, see, you know, I have like a certain, because I know her like personally, my perspective is different. Where other people may not necessarily speak with her all like that, y'all's perspective is different. So now I gotta look at it from y'all's perspective, and it's like, dang, these dudes got a point. Because I'm looking at it like, well, this is my friend, or whatever. Whereas y'all are like, yeah, I know of her, but I'm watching her moves. And now I gotta step back and consider, yo, these dudes have a valid points. Not 1 point, points, plural. Because what we were led to believe that this is some virtuous woman that was celibate for almost a decade, was this, that, and the other. But then there was like I'm telling you, there's certain things that you bring out, and I start to reflect. What do they say? Hindsight. I sit back in hindsight, and I'm looking at certain things. Like, I'll give you an example. Israelite women. Well, we're all Israelites, right? No matter what religion or whatever. But I'm saying nationality. The women who are practicing the faith, just like our Muslim sisters. I'm not saying, because she always likes to use the term, well, we're not supposed to, you guys just want us in a beekeeper suit. No, it's called modesty. You don't have to show your skin to be beautiful. You don't have to show your skin. You don't have to show your produce to be elegant. You don't have to do that. And I keep telling her that. I'm like, sister, stop showing your chi-chis. Stop. Oh, you're a misogynist. You're a misogynist. You hate women. And I'm like, what? Well, I've been married to my wife for almost like 15 years. Japanese women, they cover up. If a Japanese woman was to walk around with her chi-chis out in skin, she's a shame to her family, to the community. And frankly speaking, this is the way we were too. 50s, 60s, started getting a little turned up in the 70s, but you remember our sisters, look at them old pictures of our mothers and grandmothers. They was covered. They wasn't dressed up in burqas, but they were modest, elegant, beautiful sisters, modest. But this woman would always has to try to promote her chest. And so I'm like, wait a minute, this is not the way Israelite women carry themselves. So the sister likes to, well, okay, let me take that back. The woman likes, because I don't know. I don't know if this is a sister.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to talk about her kids. I'm just going to say that my kids are so-called Black, Latino, and Japanese. If you've seen them, you'll be like, those look like so-called Negro kids. Their hair might be a little straighter, but but I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to mention her. I'm not going to do that, right?
Right.
Okay, now I saw some other family members. They're white. they're married to Europeans. That's fine. Whatever. Go do you. I'm married to a Japanese woman. I don't promote quote unquote race mixing. This is just my wife. Like I'm not trying to promote that. That's just who I want to marry. Whatever, right? But then y'all know I have a sister. She'll on me. Y'all saw her on the panel. Anyway, this is the point. To answer your question, her moves are real weird. And then she has a certain way of like avoiding things. So to the point where I used to get a migraine dealing with her. I'm like, yo, and these are agent moves because the woman's not stupid by any means. She's not stupid.
Yes.
She has an agenda, and again, she's been through. Don't get me wrong. We've all been through different schools of thought. When you're trying to like find quote unquote the school of thought that you find the most comfortable that's going to bring out the best in you, you might try out, see whatever. But she's hopping from this to that to this to this to this to that. And then I was being naive, foolish, and I was like, well, she's just being ambitious. But then I'm hearing all this stuff coming out, and I'm like, and then they're getting quiet. They're getting unusually quiet. Like they were on the offense. If you remember that. So they were, now, and remember, I shouldn't be listening to gossip because people can hear people say things about, when you're a public figure like we are, you got to take the good and the bad. You're going to have haters that's going to accuse you of this. You're going to have supporters. So I'm hearing accusations against you about this, that, and the other. I'm sure you done heard things about me that she done said, Judy Nazareth hates black women. She's not even so-called black.
I beat women with a bat. I assault women with bats, and I eat. I'm Ashburgers, and I beat my wife mercilessly with a bat. Yeah, so I'll say it for you, Judah.
I mean, but there's other. I mean, it's not even just us. There's other people too. There's brother Lex, like Vortex, is supposedly have HIV, and what is it?
His mother, Lex's mother, supposed to be dropped him because she was on crack, and oh my goodness, they went in on his mother, man. Oh my goodness, they went in.
Did you hear SaNeter on my platform when he was getting on Lex's father? I'm not.
Father, yeah.
I would never. I know how it is over here. We don't, we don't use vulgar language over here. For y'all who don't know, I'm gonna keep it very PG. Lex Vortex's father is deceased. SaNeter came on, was calling them all types of vulgar names, and implied that his father is buried face down and Satan is having his way with him. And people are just like, what in the, and then Napah comes in and talks about your mother's dead. And we're just like, what? This is like, wait a minute, this is not, this is vulgar. Like, listen, we argue, me and Tarka Bay, we used to go at it like, but we never got to
come on,
where people are like, where people are like making a stink face, like, what are you saying? We never got like that because we know better.
That's crazy to me. That was crazy to me. And then when she flipped, as Gunsmoke says, she's going to say you virtually sexually assaulted her. She making up these terms. She makes up these terms to trigger emotions. Cyber rape and virtually rape, and making up these crazy terms as if that's going to cause me, you, and anybody else who choose to show the hypocrisy that she represents to shut up. That ain't going to help you. That's not going to help you. Cyber rape. He's cyber raping me. How do you, please give me an explanation or a definition or something what that is. These people are crazy.
That she told me one time, she didn't necessarily deal with so-called black men.
Yep.
First and foremost, the ex-husband in question, we don't know what dude is. Like, first is Puerto Rican, and then he's a Mexican. I personally think dude's an Edomite, a European, right? Personally, because the kid, never mind, right? And the way she is, I've had white girlfriends before. I know how white girls are. You know what I'm saying? And she acts like Karen
Yeah.
or Becky. It's just what it is. I ain't being a racist. We have white girls in our group with who are married to brothers, and even they're like, hey, you know, like, oh, sorry, my wife over here making noise. Um, dang, uh, I don't know if that is necessarily a so-called black woman because of her hatred for the sisters. I'm talking like some hatred. And you've seen, I have receipts. I have my iPad where various sisters throughout the community, she takes their pictures, compares them to animals, calls them black.
I post one up today on talkabay.com. And with that being said, bro, the malicious stuff that she said about Cynthia, though. The malicious stuff that she, and let me say this, and I've always said this, and people got on me for this because I've always said that I like Miss Cynthia and I respect Miss Cynthia. The reason why I say that, bro, is because if anybody has been watching and they seen SaNeter say that my wife Cynthia says, "Si, you looking real raggedy out here. Si, you looking crazy." Anybody ever see that one? That's what that he gave that little thing in the car. And that is Miss Cynthia. Miss Cynthia is genuinely a nice lady. She's genuinely wants the best for everybody. You know what I mean? This is fact. You know what I mean? I met her in person many times. And I mean, in the midst, one time I walked in their event because SaNeter invited me to his private parts talking stupid yeah. You know what I mean? Suck my D, all that old dumb stuff. I walked up in one of his events, the Unity thing, and Miss Cynthia was at the door collecting tickets. And I was like, Miss Cynthia, I ain't paying nothing. Now we're going to deal with this today. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to underscore it on the line, but yeah, walked up in there just like that with over 200 some people up in there. Yeah, we're going to deal with this today, you know? And Miss Cynthia just as calm and as royalty as ever after he brought his two henchmen, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still ain't going nowhere. And what? If we go outside, me and you go outside and walk in this alley real quick. You know what I'm saying? But after it was all over said and done, she still walked up to me and said, Brother Tahaka, y'all got to get past this. Y'all supposed to be teaching people. And this was the only reason I've always given SaNeter a pass. It's because of Miss Cynthia. Even the last time he put Miss Cynthia on the phone and Miss Cynthia said, I thought y'all supposed to be done with this. I say, Miss Cynthia, every time I turn around, this fool is always trying to jump out the window and create some confusion for a view or something. I don't know. I said, Miss Cynthia, this I said to her, I said, Miss Cynthia, I say, as long as he don't say nothing about me or the Moors, I don't matter. I don't matter if you challenge the information, but dirt ball disrespect, we not doing that. He don't got nothing to worry about. This fool went live that evening. Me and Tahaka Bay talk, we cool. We pieced it up. That's my guy. With everybody like, man, y'all was just going there with you. I said, man, did I say that? Oh, man, Miss Cynthia, yeah, he back. He sold out for Miss Cynthia. I had to take all of this. I sold out because I chose to say, you don't say nothing about me. I don't say nothing about you. A week later, he bring on Michi X and he tried to engage Michi X to sue me. Yeah, we need to start suing people for slander. And we got to make an example. Like the guy Tahaka Bay, you know. I'm like, man, you just put your wife on the phone to try to send an olive branch. At that point, bro, I knew that this guy was the devil beyond repair. Because you don't just use your wife. You know what I'm saying? You are the devil beyond repair because his wife is genuinely a good woman and she got good energy about herself. And the same thing I heard Solomon said. He said she got on the phone with him one day and Solomon said, yes, ma'am. I'm not going to disrespect the man's wife. And he just went with it. SaNeter used that against him. So he would even use his wife to calm people down, to manipulate a situation, so you can put your guard down, and then he strike again. And this is why I say SaNeter, he must be done with. Not saying he's going to be off the internet, but he will not be able to gain support. He will gain some spectators. That's it. But I give a shout out to Miss Cynthia because she is a peacemaker and she does mean well. But now here come Napah, and I don't even want to repeat it, bro. But it was something that you said where what did she describe Miss Cynthia as? And we need to say it, brother.
I mean, I'll just say B. I'm not gonna discuss.
Yeah, not the B, but I'm just saying she said something about a fat,
ugly B.
Unacceptable.
And you know what's crazy is so, you know, that SaNeter and Napah, if they are a couple, maybe this is an act. I don't know. This might be theater. Who knows? But it seems sometimes like SaNeter. If you ask me, does SaNeter really love her? In my opinion, he might. But it seems sometimes that he doesn't, because sometimes Napah used to call me and be like, me and my wife, she'd be like, SaNeter's making me debate this other B, Naphtali, about this, blah, 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 and I don't want to do it, but he's making me do it, and blah, 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 you know, so forth and so on. And she would complain about how he's not financially helping her. And Cynthia.
Tell it all.
I mean, this is just what it is. I mean, my wife will, you know, she'll tell you like, yeah, she's, you know, we don't like to get in people's marital affairs. So we would just kind of like listen, but we wouldn't offer no advice. We were just like, oh, well, you know, but, you know, oh, SaNeter wants me off the internet and, you know, this, that, and the other. And his wife, she's always blaming me and saying that I'm starting problems and I'm in the middle of stuff, which Miss Cynthia was correct about that, because she's always in the middle of some mess. And so one day we're on Facebook video chatting, and I was under oath. I couldn't tell nobody. My wife told it first. Now I can tell it, right? Because she was like, you know, because and every time I talk to her, she's always like, there's like so much stuff to Harker. I'm sure you know about it better than I do, because you know that sector over there. You met these people.
Absolutely.
You know, they had this thing where, let me, I ain't trying to hop around. Look, so she's like, she's like this fat ugly B, and then drops a picture in my thing, just like the rest of the sisters. She drops pictures and makes fun of them, right? And then she's like, Judah, isn't she a fat ugly B? And I'm like, no comment, because I don't talk about people's wives, right? And I know how I'm not gonna do it anyways, but not just second off, they record people. They'll set you up. They'll ask you a question, and you'll be on record. Not what they said, which you said. So I'm like, I don't talk, you know, like no comment. I don't talk about people's wives. Like, I don't even know Cynthia, so what are we talking about? And you know, this SaNeter, he hears about it, and he is, and you know he believes it, because the next day when he was on her thing, he came to my channel, and that's when he started talking about Lex Vortex to avoid. Remember, the name of the show was Napah calls SaNeter's wife a fat ugly B. When they came over, SaNeter was trying to avoid that. I was like, hey, let's talk about that. Napah came on twice. And to show you how sociopathic Napah is, my wife took away her wrench, because Napah had a wrench, a moderator. After all of this, me airing Napah out and my wife airing Napah out, Napah says, Judah, give me my wrench back.
I heard that, bro. I was working and I was listening. I was like, huh?
Yeah, like, what? What? So there's one little point I wanted to I believe SaNeter, I believe he believes that, because like I said, when he was on her platform that same night, because she was like, SaNeter, leave here and come to my platform, and then they went over to her channel, and she's drinking, and she's, you know, she's muting. Do you remember the show where she was muting him, where he was talking?
Bro, I'm gonna play that video tomorrow to test out my system, where though he's going crazy and she keep muting him. I'm like, he's
Yeah. So I won't speak on that. We'll see that tomorrow. But look, that show where he was on there, you can tell, you can, if you look at, we're men. You, just you brothers out there, y'all had a chick out there that you thought was a good girl, and you come to find out that girl was belonged to the streets, and it broke your heart, or at least hurt your ego. If it didn't break your heart, it at least hurt your ego. You can see it on his face because he thought that Napah had broken up with Solomon. No, Solomon dumped her in front of a large crowd of people on YouTube. Dumped her. And I think her ex-husband, he's already remarried, living good. She said it. He living good. The new wife hates Napah, and this, that, and the other one, right? So if you look at SaNeter's face, his ego, SaNeter's the big dog in the HOK. He's the, outside, he's the big dog, right? So now his chick is looking like what Uncle Suge says, the pass around or whatever, or it looks like. I'm not saying she is, but it's not looking good. This is probably the worst YouTube career I ever seen anybody endure. And so, in my personal opinion,
He
I
said it.
believe Cynthia caught wind of what, because I don't know. Someone said Cynthia hates this YouTube stuff, which I know what she means by it. Like it's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff going on, a bunch of mess, but it's needed. It's needed because they were doing too much, and I believe that perhaps Cynthia, in my opinion, it's either Rob Rack, SaNeter, or Cynthia, who I don't know. And I keep saying I'm just in my opinion, drop those video twerk and boob videos in my DM on Facebook. It had to have been somebody that's quote unquote close to her, not like close, like, but somebody that's in her kind of like circle that was like, oh, Judah and Lex, because Lex got them too. So I mean that's my opinion. I might be wrong, whatever. But I believe that like SaNeter said, if you can hear Cynthia talking when she's like she like walk the dog, and he's talking about getting the green hat and all that or whatever. No, she was there.
He cleaned his seat off.
Yeah, and he's showing pictures of him and Cynthia kissing and this and that. Because you know why? Because that's the writer right there. That's the writer. Through the thick and thin, through the good and the bad, the sleet and the snow, wind, sleet, hail. From what I understand, she was there.
Let me ask you, dude. I want to ask you something. I mean, and just follow me for a minute. I don't want to know too much about you, but where are you originally from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
From Cleveland, Ohio, and you some kind of way meet your wife, however you did, but you're in Japan now, living happily ever after. No. What I'm just saying is, you have went full force with your relationship with your wife, regardless of how it materialized. Whether you was in Japan, whether she was here, whatever the case may be, you are together. Whatever going on, you are together right now. When you look at Nepal, in Nepal, if you're watching, this is just not a YouTube show. Let's be honest. Is this what you have seen your life to be? That you meet somebody by the way of a fictitious community called the conscious community with a fictitious goal of saying that I know this, that, and the third as it relates to the Bible, ancient Kemet, or whatever, more whatever, but it's all fictitious because it's digital. You see what I'm saying? Unless you live it, I live it. You live yours. But Nepal, let's be serious now. And I said this to many sisters when I had to go back and forth and call a sister on some nonsense. As a young woman, or even a little girl that first thought about being married, is this what you envisioned? Some man intoxicated, cursing you out for the world to see because he has no self-control when he gets angry. For the world to see now, you're in one place, he's in another. He claims to have two wives. He lives one location. One lives another location. You live another location. Is this, let's just have a talk. Is this what you seen as a young woman or a young girl of your life to become as a going on or around 40 something year old mature woman? Is this what you seen your life to be? You have children. He has children. You here, he there. You're of I will say, with all due respect, you are of moderate intelligence. You lack the discipline to go with the intelligence. But I can tell that you have some degree of intelligence. This guy is dumb as a bag of rocks. The only thing that SaNeter had for him is a camera and a microphone and someone that wants to be entertained, and YouTube will cut the check. But you have something to offer. You said that you was some type of, and it's crazy, a lack something but the breastfeeding and something like that. You have a what we would call a marketable skill. You have a marketable skill. You know what I mean, lactate or something. You said, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, she says she help women who can't produce milk, like, for babies. And that's what she said. How true it is, I don't know. But the way that she articulates herself, you already know that she does have some sort of intelligence. But intelligence without discipline, the application is gone to the left. You see what I'm saying? But when you look at SaNeter, say, for example, if you would take the camera and the mic from SaNeter, what would SaNeter do to take care of himself? Ain't nobody buying DVDs no more. What would he do? Let me tell you what I would do. If the mic was gone, I can do property management, home improvement with my eyes closed. If you took the camera from Napah, whether she's an agent or whether she's just a provocateur created by herself, just hearing her speak, she would have something to do outside of the camera. And someone said OnlyFans. And with them videos, she might not do good in OnlyFans because she ain't got no rhythm, they say. I didn't see it. When I was playing the video, I was just like this. I ain't want no try. But the point that I'm making is, Napah, I'm just playing, but the point that I'm making is, Napah, is this way you seen your life? That you're claiming to be married to somebody by the way of the internet, that you met on the internet, you in one place, they in another place? What about the role model for your children? What do you tell your children? Your stepdaddy in New York, he'll be on in a minute cussing somebody out, and it might be me, baby. Like, you see how dysfunctional this is? Like, when you really put it in context, like in the real world, sometimes we get caught up into this illusion of YouTube, of this box right here. But let's put it in the context of the real world. You have children that you have to feed. You have children that you have to be mentally there for, emotionally there for. And you waking up at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, going live talking about, I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't sleep at night. But for all of my fans, I'm strong. You ever hear her say that? I'm strong.
She's stressed.
And so I just want to say that to sisters who watching this. Think about it, family. What, and these for brothers too, when we get caught up into these skirmishes, and these are for all of those who make videos about me, I don't care. But is this where you seen your life to be at 40-something year old? Smoking a blunt live talking about Tahaka Bay. Smoking a blunt talking goofy. Or for Sister Napah, drinking wine with your camera off, getting sauced up until you start talking reckless and talking about I love SaNeter. You got children that you got to be emotionally there for, your children that you got to be there financially there for, but most important, emotionally there for. And y'all both seem like an emotional wreck. So with that being said, Brother Judah, let me wrap this up real quick. Do you think you and Napah would be able to make amends?
Um, at this juncture, I think that because when she went on SaNeter's platform and started talking about my wife, I didn't even watch it. People were like, "Yo," they were going in on your wife, and I was like, you know what? And there was another brother's wife too. They were going in on, and Napah is a sociopath, so she doesn't say I'm sorry. She'll never say I'm sorry. She never. Remember the word of the day a couple of days ago was accountability. Shout out to Queen's Throne and others up there, sisters FSK, they all in the chat too. Here. The word was accountability. Napah never takes accountability. Never. She'll never say I'm sorry. She'll never sit and say, Judah, I'm sorry for talking. Remember, she went to these strangers and was like, oh, Judah's father used to beat him when he was a baby, and this is why he's all screwed up. Which is true. But I'm like, why are you telling people that she didn't even know?
I'm laughing though, because what triggers a person to think that's appropriate conversation?
Sociopath. Listen, when I called her a sociopath, she may have been seriously diagnosed with that. Because when I said that, she was like, you got that from your wife, because my wife is a therapist. And I'm like, no, I didn't. We actually read, and I study the Torah, so I teach psychology. You know what I'm saying? Like, too. I'm a teacher. We own a school here in Japan. But I know you better wrap it up. Let me ask you a question, Saga. Because after all the Europeans coming out and the extra pictures and you see they're kind of quiet. Do you notice that, and this is, first let me say this real quick before I ask you. People are going to get angry at me. I would actually reconcile with SaNeter before I would with Napah, because somewhere I think in SaNeter's heart, even though he says he's the devil, somewhere in there I think he knows that his moves have been to his own detriment. These moves he made were to his own detriment, to his business, to his name, his reputation, right? But it seems like he just can't get right. He's even trying to bring on other people that have a terrible reputation on YouTube to bring on to the platform. And I'm like, all right, why don't you just stop? If you're trying to kill your platform, why don't you just stop already? Like, just leave it alone. But my question is, do you notice that I'm going to use the word black because we're not black, but I'm going to use the word. I hate using the word philosophy too because it's not. I'll use philosophy so that school of thought. I like to use that school of thought, lifestyle, because we live these lives. Like, this is. I'm not religious. You see my one of my tours, my favorite one got taped. I refuse to use my other ones, but I live this. But my question is, do you notice? It seems like people really don't notice this. Do you notice that all quote unquote black empowerment schools of thought or movements are always under attack over there, whether it be the Israelites, the Moors, the Muslims, not other people, just us. We're always under attack. always. And then you see these Europeans over there. Now, literally, he is using a man called Vocab Malone, who purportedly is a small hat. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Who attacks and makes his living off of trolling and messing with our people. And SaNeter keeps using this man to attack Israelites. The problem is this man's actually humiliating his roster. He done beat up Shaka. He done beat up Jabari. He done beat up Reggie, and he beat up who is it? Ump. This white man. You bring this white man on, and he beats up your people. But the fact of the matter is, it's like so much for black power, and you have a white man now that's the face of your brand. And so you have this. You have these white men that you're making money with, or they're controlling. They're his hand. I don't know what they're doing, but you're attacking consistently, quote unquote, black empowerment movements. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying. It's like COINTELPRO. It's like counterintelligence. Like, oh, these people are trying to do something for themselves. They're trying to build things for themselves. They're trying to think for themselves. Oh, we got to stop that. We got to stop that. And so he attacks. Reggie does it too. They all attack. Even if you disagree, we debate, but we're not attacking. This isn't like a full-fledged attack all the time. This, that, and the other, or whatever. And I'm starting to think that possibly, like you may somewhat kind of alluded to, possibly both of them may be up under them people, working with them people. Like you said, that white man, that so-called white man came on, and he seemed like he was at home. And he said we. So he wasn't alone. On my channel, he was like, yeah, we. Who's we? People in my comment board were like, who's we? So it ain't just one. It's a few of them. Now, I don't get nervous much, but I can honestly say that day I was like, you know what? I need to like mind my tongue a lot more. I used to be a wild man back several years ago, and I kind of calmed it down. Now I'm about to scale back even more on my tongue because even though I'm not a racist and I don't have hate in my heart for anyone, for any particular race or nationality, sometimes I say things that can be twisted to be like, this guy is a hate monger and this is a hate channel and he's a terrorist or something or whatever, because these people, they're watching, and it's too obvious for them to come out. So they use our people to do their work. And so I'm not accusing SaNeter of that, but it's kind of looking like an agent. Like he kind of looking like he might be like, like working with them people. And I ain't trying to be long-winded. I just want to say that. And SaNeter, look, man, listen, I told you beforehand. You never personally did anything personally, except for my debates. When I was on HOK for the couple of weeks, he would just move real funny. And it could have been his handlers telling him, like, hey, look, Judah's not going to acquiesce or capitulate to whatever they got going on over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Before Taharka, you know Kanye West, right? Do you remember Kanye West was with this chick? She was racially ambiguous, even though racist. Do you remember he had her sign a non-disclosure agreement? Allegedly, Napah had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I just want to ask. I'll hop off it. I just want to ask so that everybody can like, what's going on over there that she can't talk about to people? Do you think? I mean, a non-disclosure, like like they ain't giving away, giving out turkeys and buying backpacks and shoes for kids. You can't talk about that. Is there anything that you think that possibly may be going on over there that?
Yeah, I was just taking it all in. Indulge me for a second, family. It's 1:19 on the East Coast, but indulge me for a second. This is my theory. And I've told this story before. I used to watch House of Consciousness faithfully. Between 2012 and YouTube began to get popular, all the way up into the time that I came to the forefront. I've always been to some degree, you know, we grow, we have issues, and we try to get ourselves in line with what we say we believe in. But I've been a prescribed or subscribed to the Moorish Science Temple of America since I was 18. I wasn't always on track with it. You see what I'm saying? I was young, through the 90s, still wild, et cetera, et cetera. But the moment that I began to calm down and begin to focus, because, you know, I had to raise my sons as a single father, I would, every time I get off of work, boom, I hope he uploaded something. Back then, he was just uploading videos. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Ben, et cetera, et cetera. It wasn't too much of the debates. But then when the debates came on 125th, they was definitely exciting. Definitely exciting. So every day, I would come home, get in the shower, make sure my boys got something to eat, and I'm ready for the next debate that they're going to upload from 125th Street. Fast forward, I seen the change happen. At one time, SaNeter had the Moorish flag in the background behind his couch. I got the pictures, I got videos of it and everything. And this is when he went from 125th to, he was doing interviews on 125th, and then he transitioned between the both, his house and 125th. He just didn't do one or the other. He transitioned slowly. So I remember like it was yesterday, the debates on 125th ultimately turned into like a hunt. Polite and SaNeter would go look for Hebrew camps to debate. So they went from 125th to down the street, found Tazoyak and other camps to debate. That kind of threw me off because they had enough people. See, people, you have to be that understand. People went to 125th on Saturday and sometimes Sunday like it was the movies. Like anytime you go up there or if you look at old videos, it be crowds out there. You feel what I'm saying? Like waiting to get on the mic, waiting to debate. There was no need to go and seek out because it was like a pastime that people was waiting. Long story short, when I first seen that with Brother Polite, I thought that was suspect. They're walking with the camera. They walking like we going to one of these camps today. And that's when the maliciousness came. That's the moment the maliciousness came. Then it went from Moors to Hebrews. Moors to Hebrews. More. Hebrew. More. Christian. NOI, more Hebrew. But they were all attacks, and you could hear the maliciousness. And so with me, this is what I want to get to. With me, and I tell the story all the time, Judah, when I started hearing the maliciousness against Moors, you know what I'm saying, in particular, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, I said to myself, man, I got to go see what this thing is all about. You know what I mean? Prophet Noble Drew Ali, a rapist. What? You ain't bringing no receipts. You ain't bringing nothing. Like, why are you trying to plant these seeds? You know what I mean? Hebrews sucking the foreskins off of this, that, and that. You heard all the vicious stuff. Like, but no receipts though. No receipts, no logical explanation, no nothing, just vulgar. So one day I was like, I got to go up there. And the way that it happened was, Judah, my mother and my sister and the older ladies was taking a bus trip to New York, a shopping trip. They do that to go on a shopping trip in New York. I was like, Ma, I'm going. She said, what you going with the ladies for? Ma, I'm going. I wanted to get on. I wanted to pay my $25. I wanted to see what this was about. So when I went there, I stood in the background. This is no lie, Judah. I stood in the background. And what I realized that it was a show. I said to myself, man, this thing ain't real. This is a show. Now, I'm from a type of place where I can tell when something is show and something real. When somebody say F you, suck my D, all that, you know what I mean? Where I'm from, you know what I mean? Your teeth might go on the floor. It just what it is. And you might kill the dude might kill you, you might get beat up, he might get beat up, but something gonna happen that day. You call a man a B and all that, something gonna happen that day. And I started noticing because at this time it had escalated to go beyond just a debate where people started calling names and to the point where it got to like the Unk and the young Pharaoh thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it had escalated to that point at this point. And so when I went up there and I'm watching, I'm like, ain't nobody getting popped in the mouth. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, my mother, I could get my mother on the phone right now. And I was talking to her about it today. She was like, because my mother was calling me, where you at? The bus is going to leave. The bus is going to leave. The bus is going to leave. But I'm out there intrigued and taking it in because I'm like, I'm waiting for somebody to get pussed in the mouth. Nothing happens. So I left that day. I was like, yeah. And all my Morse World TV supporters, I orchestrated this. I said, I'm going to go back up there and I'm going to take the thunder. I talked to some Moorish elders. I said, I'm going to go up that joint. I said, they ain't gonna keep on disrespecting Moors. I'm going to go up that joint. I grabbed my older sons, 22, 24. I said, you hold the camera because I wasn't going to let SaNeter just have all the footage because I watched how he play that game. You hold the camera, you stand beside me, just don't let nobody get too close for me. They get too close, pop them. We pop it off. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I said, but I don't think we got nothing to worry about, you know what I mean? Because they bluffing. So I didn't come up there to rumble for no drama, but I wanted to take the thunder so I can redirect the energy on how people perceive Moors. I don't care what you think, but I think it's my responsibility. This is my way of life. This is my children. This is my family. It's my responsibility. And I'm always wondering why no other Moor take on this task. They've been disrespecting Moors for years. Until I came along, everybody said the Moors enslaved Africans. And you still got sediments. You don't hear it as much now. Long story short, Judah, man, once I seen that they was bluffing, I went up there and everybody see that classic video. Me, what's the brother name? I forget, the young Marcus and Sankofa. Shout out to Sankofa. You know what I'm saying? He hit me up a few weeks ago. Shout out to Sankofa. And we up there going back and forth. Now, at this time, Judah, I'm not trying to out scholarship anybody. What I'm trying to do is overtalk you, because I know that's what HOK do. So when you hear me in that video, you'll hear me like, oh no, let me. I'm trying to overtalk you because I know your audience likes the drama. And again, I'm going to grab the thunder. So this is what I wanted to get to. But the bottom line is this. When I seen them starting all of this confusion, at that point, I thought it was an operation. You feel me? Look, somebody say I was watching you when you did it. Yeah, I never try to out scholarship them. And people say, oh, man, I never try to out scholarship them. I only try to overtalk them and take the attention off of them because they don't have no scholarship. They have rhetoric with catchwords that sounds like scholarship. So it's no real need for me to try. You're never going to win a HOK debate on HOK turf. People need to understand that. You will never win a House of Consciousness debate. Never. Never. Even if you win, you won't win. So I didn't come up there to win. Look, somebody said, look, I remember that I was watching that day. Even if you win, you won't win. So most people see me now, I'm the boy you gonna remember. Nah, I didn't outthink this fool. I plotted from the beginning to wipe this clown out. But I kept giving him passes. I kept giving him passes because he does provide, and he did do something that I consider to be useful and necessary in the proper context. But the moment that the attacks came, I was like, nah. And so I seen that it seemed like an operation from the time that he went against the Hebrews and then back and forth to the Moors and back and forth to the Hebrews. And one thing that I considered, and this is the deeper part of what I saw, the Moors was super popular in New York and surrounding areas at that time. Not the authentic teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but just the name Moorish. It was super popular. You had Taj Tariq. He was selling the fake Moorish IDs and the fake driver's license. His videos was jumping off the table up there. And you had people that was believing in the pseudo-Moorish science. That's why I tell people it ain't in a good interest to debate me off of something that you learned off the internet, because 90% of it is pseudo. Has nothing to do with the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Nothing whatsoever. If someone was to debate me on Moorish science, man, they're going to be in trouble, because majority of it has nothing to do with the philosophical doctrine. Nothing. But because it was popular, it seemed like it was reason to be infiltrated, because once something becomes popular, even though it's a little bit flawed, it could lead to some sort of substance that could ultimately lead to liberation. So there's two groups like that: the Moors and the Hebrews. The Hebrews ultimately surpasses the Moors in influence. So I won't let ego overtake me and say, yeah, when I came on the scene, they died off. SaNeter died off from the Moors. He fell back of the Moors because of me. No. The Hebrew community began to be more popular and have a more influence, dominant influence on our people. So the shift, we're talking about infiltration, the shift in the focus is to disrupt the Hebrews' school of thought, regardless of camp and leader. And SaNeter is the gateway for that. So when you're talking about infiltration, many people thinking about there's going to be gunshot and bloodshed. The Europeans said after the death of Martin Luther King that he would no longer destroy communities with bloodshed. This is intellectual now. And it will be destroyed by those that look like you, talk like you, dress like you, but not you. And SaNeter is the gateway. I know they watching right now, and I know the people that handle him is watching right now. But one thing about those that handle people like SaNeter, they also know that they have a grip on other digital communities, and these videos are only as powerful as until the next one drops. The lifespan of a video may have 4 days. So if somebody called me a woman beater, if somebody show on the screen I was accused of domestic violence, whether it's true or not, it never bothers me. Now, I know it's not true. I was in some volatile relationships and accused of some stuff by some, we friends now, but my children's mother was crazy as a bing bag. But we good now. I don't want to bring up the whole stuff, but accused of some stuff. But I'm smart enough to know and intelligent to know that regardless of what you say, it got about a 4-day lifespan. Super stupid SaNeter has been doing YouTube for so long that he still doesn't understand the science of his craft. If he was shut up for 4 days, a lot of that stuff will roll off the back like water. I hope you're listening, SaNeter. So anybody make a video about me, many of them, they make them every day. I don't even respond. Half of them don't even got an audience enough for it to be impactful anyway. But let's say if it went viral, it'll last about 4 days. Let me show you something. I'm going to give you an example. You take the brother Ozone that was accused of killing the police. He was on my channel in Florida. That's a big story. Man, you hear crickets around that story. If I would go live now about brother Ozone, my audience now will be like, at least 40% of them, 50 maybe, will be like, who is that? Because the internet, the science of it, most internet story has a lifespan of 4 days. I've done the math. So now, why did I say all that? The Hebrew Israelite community is so popular. Europeans know this. So even when I say this and I break down the science of this, I'm really not a threat, because even this story has a lifespan of 4 days. And the work is to dismantle influential communities. And they got to stay on the Hebrew Israelite, because the Hebrew Israelite community is most influential right now in our community. So they're going to bring in the big guns. They're going to bring in the big guns. They're going to bring in the European that you named from Israel, from the state of Israel. Rosenball, whatever his name is. They're going to bring in Vocab Malone. They're going to bring in the big guns. See, these are the big guns. See, they tested it out. They tested it with Rosenberg, whatever his name was, Harry. They tested it with Harry. Now, Harry came in there to that debate and they disrespected Harry. It became a circus, but that was the test. Can a European Jew go in the mist and walk out with all his limbs? Of course he can. As long as the gatekeeper orchestrates it, of course he can. That was the test. But now as SaNeter loses his credibility and we in the pandemic, now here is another test. You have SaNeter have one video and tons of pictures where European kissing his boot, where he patting him on the head. But then he began to ease in and have Europeans, pictures slipping out with him and Europeans, sitting on the bench with Europeans like he playing games. These are all seeds to see how his audience will respond. If his audience respond with a racial anger, then we got to shift a little bit. But if his audience think he's just playing, if an audience don't give a response that's adverse to what he's displaying, then they move forward. This is why the European can come on the screen, they call in, and he's comfortable. Because he always been there. He got everybody's name in this chat right now. And the thing is about it is, one thing about an arrogant European, he thinks he's smarter than everybody. But that's the arrogant European downfall. Because he thinks that he's thinking 20,000 steps ahead and we're incapable of doing that. He thinks we're incapable of doing that. And he thinks that because he got the machine behind him, that we don't have no win. But this is where faith in the Creator comes in. Whether you say the Most High, whether you say Allah, but the principle of the universal Creator is one and all is the same. This is where that come in, because they can't control the elements of the universe. They can't control the elements of the universe. But he wants you to believe that. But I say all that to say, I know I'm preaching or I'm teaching or whatever I'm doing, but I wanted to say this, bro. SaNeter is definitely the gatekeeper. And all the way up. Now, I don't believe that he knew that Napah was an agent, but I think he figured it out in this past week. And not only did he figure it out, they're like looking at each other. Are we on the same team? Are we working for the same people? They looking at each other right now like, hold up. You ever see one of them movies where, matter of fact, Jesus and the Black Messiah, you ever see that? Where they had two agents and the two agents didn't know each other was? They know now. They know now. And this is why SaNeter, and I'll turn over to you real quick. And this is why SaNeter trying to redirect people with his videos now. This is why he's uploading videos with hold up. Let me say the last few that he uploaded. Watch this.
Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine.
He's trying to, let me tell you something. That's intentional, redirecting the energy away from what has just happened. And people think that he's had a turning over a new leaf and he's ready to be positive. No, he don't want you, or his handlers don't want you to critically analyze what just happened. Because if you critically analyze what just happened in this past week, you would know that they all are agents. For who? I don't know. This ain't about SaNeter turning over a new leaf. This is all about let me run now because I don't have no win. And if people critically analyze the past week, they will detect it.
I'll hop off. I just want to say this. Thank you for having me on Tarka Bay. It was definitely a great show. It's just been a great show for the past, you be on that dude's trachea. You're absolutely correct. I believe they're working for the small hat. And before I say this, two things. We have brothers and sisters out there who don't believe in the Bible or Quran, right? I keep telling them. See, when they think of the Most High, they think of like maybe some man with a beard sitting in the corner. That's not, no. The Most High is like the supreme mind, and when he does things, he uses nature or he uses people. So when you see all this energy directed at SaNeter, that's the Most High doing it. Don't I always say that? SaNeter always uses a scripture in here where the Most High says, "I create the evil and the good." Right? So it's not like the Most High is just doing the evil to SaNeter because he doesn't deserve it. No, SaNeter put that out and it's coming back. You reap what you sow. So I look at it like I feel bad for him, but it's like, what are you going to do? These people are on, they're crip walking on his trachea. Everybody is on SaNeter and Napah. And this is what the Most High does. If you don't believe in the Most High, don't. Look what he does. He blasphemed the Most High. Where are you, N-word? Reveal yourself, N-word. Oh, the Most High answered you back. Not the way you think. He's going to put it, and he's going to put the spirit on people to attack you. And you see me, Morris World TV, Queen's Throne, should. Not even everybody gets along, but everybody got one thing in common. Dude acting like the devil, the spirit is on us to attack. Now, we're not being vile. We're not talking about his mama, his wife. We're not doing that. We're not stooping to those levels. But the Most High put the spirit on us to bring down that fortress. And then when I say bring it down, I don't mean he's going to get off of YouTube. But he is literally going to have to do some soul searching. And that's what it says too. He's not. Tarek, do you remember that one time when the Brother Polite issue was going on? And I say this all the time, and this goes to show that his circle are a bunch of demons. The whole Brother Polite fiasco is going down. It's a very, very touchy topic, and people are, some people really were genuinely concerned for, this minor. And all of a sudden, some bozo over there says, "Oh man, they messing it up for the sugar daddies. We 60-year-olds, we want 25-year-olds." And the look that SaNeter had in his face was like, it was priceless. It was like, brother, this is the wrong time to say something like that. But that was a testament to show his circle, they don't have SaNeter's best interest. They're not in his ear being like, "Hey, look, Sa, the moves you're making are detrimental to your brand." They just sitting there just egging him on. They should be telling him to stop it. And number two is, just make it real quick. If ever SaNeter and Napah have a little bitter breakup, she's going to destroy him. I don't mean he's going to get off of YouTube or whatever, but people are going to. It's hard to win an argument with a woman. That's one. You know what I mean? They're women. That's what they do. It's hard because you already know she's already telling people about his package size, and you know that already. And I don't know how he doesn't how he's not side eyeing her. This is supposed to be your wife, but she's telling other men about your private areas size and all this whatever. Yo, SaNeter, come on, man. I told you in the video, I'm not your enemy. You try to make yourself my enemy. And it's like, well, come on, man. Let me hop off, man. I'm listening in. Thank you for inviting me out.
I appreciate you. Thanks for everything that you offer to the subject. Man, I'm gonna get off in a minute too, but man, I appreciate you taking the time to come on and send peace to your wife and your family for allowing us to have a little bit of time with you, because I know that you stay busy, because sometimes, brother, you be live for like 6 hours. I'm like, his wife probably busting him upside his head.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Bless World TV, Talker Bay. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for the chat, and to salute to the chat. And we say, some people say assalamu alaikum. We say shalom, it's the same word. You know what I'm saying? These peace. And y'all have a blessed day. And I'm listening in the chat. Thank you, Talker Bay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
SaNeter, man, you just need to repent, brother. This is what it is. But thank you. I'm hop on.
So family, look. So family, tomorrow I'm gonna be back and I'm gonna finish some of the slides on the website and work out some of the kinks. I think what I need to do is find a way so I can listen to the slides as they're playing on talkabay.com. But again, family, I'm gonna be going in soon. And I would say that if you are interested in the conclusion, and I may have 2 more to go. I'm not sure yet. Let me ask y'all, should I conclude with 1 and keep something in the bag, or go with 2? Now, if you're a member on talkabay.com, you're going to see it regardless. And the way that I'm going to put it up in there, I'm actually going to put the videos up there, and then I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to do the stream as I do, and then I'm going to create a folder where you'll be able to see without the long. This is bad, man. This is bad. You'll be able to see straight in the raw. Somebody said, keep it in the bag. Jasmine, keep it in the bag. Keep 1 in the bag. Keep 1 in the bag. Okay, Jasmine said, keep 1 in the bag. Because I'm going to show this hypocrisy, man. I'm going to show. I got to turn up 1 more again just to show this hypocrisy. This is bad. And when I say this is bad, family, I hope y'all take out a membership. I don't know if I can. I don't know. I got to check the website, see how it works. But you might don't have to take out a membership. But on Monday, let me put the link in here just in case you want to. MTV exclusive. And let me tell you something. I will tell you this, family. I'm going to say this one time, and I'm going to say this one time only. We got 544 people in the chat. And I would ask y'all to hit the thumbs up, even if you don't rock with me, right? This is why. This is a necessary platform, Morse World TV. Even if you disagree with how I move because you don't have the historical context to understand how and why I move the way I do, know for sure you do and will have the information to examine for yourself so you can make a determination of who these people are. You follow what I'm saying? You will have the information for yourself. In other words, I do this live stream on on TaakaBay.com. Even if you disagree with me, you have the information to make an educated decision as to where you want to receive your uplifting information from and where your friends should be getting their information from. So with that being said, go and subscribe. You won't be disappointed. Then all you freaky deaky brothers out there, y'all gotta stop, man. This is a lesson. This is a classroom. It's not a freaky deaky show. Look at your neighbor and say, no freaky deaky show. Look at your neighbor and say, no freaky deaky show. SaNeter, you know you messed up, right? You know you messed up, right? First you said that ain't nobody have no pictures of your wife. Now you know you messed up, right? The whole internet had pictures of your wife. The whole internet. And she gave it to the internet. Sometimes I say milkshakes for everybody. Somebody milkshake, bring all the boys to TaakaBay.com. Ain't that something? Somebody milkshake, bringing all the boys to the yard. Oh my goodness. They said the Grand Sheik shouldn't act like that. Well, I ain't acting. This is crazy that people would think that these people are reasonable sources of information and liberation. Well, if SaNeter do a live and said, I'm no longer with Napah, I might give him a pass. I might give him a pass. My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. The dumb issue. SaNeter. The dumb issue. My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard. Y'all can say what you want. I'm goofy. It's my turn to laugh now. It's my turn to laugh now. The dumb issue. Hey, yo! We gonna have a good time. We gonna have a good time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wait till we get around the Inky. Oh, my goodness. That's right. I can't wait till we get around the Inky. We're gonna finish you upside down in Khalid. Shada. We're gonna finish you up first. They'll get the Inky. But before we get the Inky, I want to get to this Moorish group. What his name is? He watching now. You know, him and his wife duo. Yeah, I'm gonna get them first. You know what I mean? My milkshake bring all the boys in the yard. The dumb issue. SaNeter, did I tell you leave me alone, boy? What I tell you, boy? I told you leave me alone long time ago. And I said, man, you don't want these problems, man. I said, SaNeter, you don't want these problems, man. I'm telling you, I'm kamikaze, man. I don't even care. For real. I ain't got no ego. I ain't got no ego, man. Like I keep telling you, most live streams, Most live streams only last 4 days. I ignore you for 4 days and then come back like you ain't said nothing. And I just do my song. Mom, it's a pig on the porch in the yard. It's better than yours. Shout out to the open-minded. I'm trying to tell you. Ah, man, this ain't... Man, shout out to the family, man. I appreciate y'all, man. But I'll be back tomorrow for a couple hours, just making sure the system work right. You know what I mean? I got to make sure the system work right. But I do believe these people might be agents, might be implants, and I'm going to do a lot of research on that to bring it to you. You know what I mean? I'm going to do a lot of research to bring it to you. And all the European investigators and those who watch the channel, this is not meant to be any disrespect to you at all. We have a problem in our community. It's our problem. And I'm talking about this digital community. And we just attempt to address this problem in the best way that we know how. These mediums of social media, we would hope that they be used to truly uplift people, to truly inspire people to do better. Don't you think that the European that controlled the record companies, can they have that? If we say no, it doesn't matter. They already took it. They'd already taken it. TV, they have that. They control everything that a person says and does when it comes to even the TV shows that people that look like us produce. At the end of the day, the European, the FCC control the airwaves, and it is what it is. And most of them are being financed by Europeans with a European budget. They control that. But this ideal that we call a conscious community or the conscious community, we shouldn't be giving that up. We shouldn't be giving that up. And anybody who is fake and fraud, acting as if they are part of the uplifting efforts of a people who have been demarginalized, ostracized, oppressed, suppressed, and walk around depressed. Anyone that fight for this medium to uplift those people, I mean, they should be commended. They should be commended, man. This is a tough job. It's a tough job right here. And my lane is not to attack people's person. My lane is to show you the inconsistency and the hypocrisy. The inconsistency of you saying that you want to uplift people, but all you're doing is robbing them. The hypocrisy of you're saying that you are about this, but when the twinkle or the blink of an eye, you're really about that. And people coming through, yeah. People coming through should have the ability to get a pure dose of what it is to be a Hebrew Israelite, or what it is to be a Christian, or what it is to be indigenous, or what it is to be a Moor, what it is to be a follower of the Kemetic sciences, without someone throwing in pseudo rhetoric in any of those schools of thoughts and throw the baby out with the bathwater. And disagreement and debates, I think they are very needed. I think they are necessary. But disrespect and start talking about people mothers. I mean, somebody start talking about people mothers, start talking about people children, start talking about people deceased fathers. And I mean, calling sisters bees, telling your internet wife to shut the F up, source up, or shut the F up. Nah, man. Somebody say, I'm gonna get I'm going to get the HOK Award for Best Investigative Journalism for 2021. And we just getting started. So listen, wait till Monday. We just getting started. I mean, because we got some more to give you. But shout out to Truth 360. So listen, family, if you decide to go to the website and become a member, I'm gonna try to put it on for a little bit of nothing. But the website got to get paid for. You know what I mean? I made sacrifice with those who support the channel, and we got to keep it going and we got to keep it building. Again, let me give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my guy, man. My guy, man, come through. My guy M. Nugent come through in the clutch. Always come through in the clutch. And I wanted to give my sister Nicole Moore. Sister Nicole Moore Bay, I need you to call me. She said that she was blocked on the channel. Let me look at my notes. That she was blocked. And no one should be blocking my sister Nicole Moore Bay. So I need Sister Nicole Moore Bay to email me your YouTube handle so I can go look into the background and unblock you. Sometimes, now I don't know, you never say nothing out of pocket. So let me tell you something. We done seen one time SaNeter came in here with a wrench. I don't know how that happened. So sometimes the channel can get compromised by the powers that be. And my brother who has a wrench, Sonny Boxing, he was deleted off the channel one time. You feel me? So, So Sister Nicole Moore Bay, you got to come up. And Tamika say, they blocked me too on the other channel. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, somebody said, how and where can I get some teachings on more sides in Canada? You have to join, and I'm going to have the secretary to hit you up. Join Noble Temples. Join Noble Temples at gmail.com. And you can get some information on more science even in Canada at gmail.com. Yeah. Join Noble Temples at gmail.com. If you don't get nothing back, email me at tahakabay at gmail.com and I'll forward it to the secretary, tahakabay at gmail.com. And I got you. Bam. And I got you. Jasmine say, I want a bat. You gonna bust me in the head too? I thought you was my people's, Jasmine. You gonna bust me in my head too? I told you the brothers beat me with a little bat. You know what I mean? And they say I beat women with a bat. There you gonna want to hit me with a bat. But I also wanted to give a shout out to my peoples, man. Before I get out of here, my brother John L. Bay, definitely my brother John L. Bay, always come through in the clutch, man. I appreciate you. I got my notes right here, and my friend Terrell Florence. I want to thank you, my brother L. Bay. All man been holding me down for a minute. Thank you. M. Nugent been holding me down. Terrell Bay, I mean, it's not Terrell Bay, Terrell Florence holding me down. And my mods, man, I couldn't do this without you. Trust me. I couldn't do it without you. You all, look, if this website take off, I'm gonna have to give y'all a stipend. If it take off, I got to give y'all a stipend because, man, y'all really do a wonderful job to making sure that this platform stays classy and respectful. You know what I mean? Understanding that trolls are trolls and that some questions are real questions and some of them are just agitating speeches just to cause an uproar. And y'all able to chime in, zero in on them real fast. And so I thank each and every one of y'all. Look at that. I'm your people. It's for those haters. That's right. Jasmine says she the people. It's for the haters. That's right. That's right. Let me do this real quick. For family, I want to say thank you. Yeah, Jazz about to get that wrench up in here. I mean, absolutely. And my brother Nagas, I need you to send me your email. I was working on a site today, and I'm gonna look at you, see if you subscribe to the site. The gas is a day one. I mean, Manny Bay, Islamism. But I'm gonna look at the site and see if you subscribe. I'm gonna start making sure everybody get their free passes to get on the site. I may don't get everybody at once, but the moment that I see you on the site, because I got a lot of friends now. I gotta look at the people in the throne. I got a lot to do. I don't know if I'll be able to get it by Monday, but I got a lot of people I gotta look at. You know what I'm saying? To try to get y'all on there before Monday. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely know if I type the gas in, I'm gonna be able to recognize who he is, and I'm gonna have to recognize some other people. Many people I can recognize, but some I might don't recognize. But some of y'all might have given me a reminder because it's going down Monday. And let me show you one last time before I get out of here. If you decide that you want to view what we're going to do on Monday, all you got to do is, oh my goodness, I'm getting nervous now. Let me hold on one second. All you got to do is go to the site, to the tab, Moore's World TV exclusive, and press the subscribe button. That's all you got to do. Go to Moore's World TV exclusive and press the subscribe button. It's the second tab. The second tab. One love, family. One love, D open-minded. Go to the second tab. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Shoot, I mean that. Give me about a month or two and see how this thing start to go. If the website, if I produce the proper content and the people support it, I definitely be breaking my mods off. I ain't playing. See, that's one thing that SaNeter did. SaNeter had some of the greatest influencers as it relates to teaching, even though I don't agree with a lot of stuff they taught, but they was there faithfully. Shaka, Brother Larry, Sankofa, Tazariak, who else? And the whole crew. SaNeter started eating, and he left them starving. And that's why they all left. He left them starving. And the only fool still standing around talking about, SaNeter is my brother. Silly Reggie. SaNeter is my brother. Silly Reggie. Now, that don't mean that anybody hates SaNeter, because they'll come through, drop in. Let me tell you what I found out. I'm going to tell you another thing that I found out, too. When Brother SaNeter left, something told me that was the beginning of the end. Anybody remember SaNeter? When he used to talk. I'm here with HOK. That's my machine. That's the Moab. I'm here with HOK. And so I want to ask you, I'm just playing SaNeter. Anybody remember SaNeter? He was always twitching them. Yeah. Yeah. And the guy, brother, he used to twist his nose. SaNeter in the ATL now. Shout out to SaNeter, man. Shout out to SaNeter. See, that's the day ones people don't know about, man. Y'all know I'm goofy. Yes, indeed. You know I am. But yeah, when I seen SaNeter left, I knew something was gone crazy. SaNeter is a good brother. SaNeter was a ride or die. You know what I mean? When SaNeter went on, moved down the south, I said, oh man, something might not be right. Not SaNeter. Yeah, Sutek was one of the best HOK interviewers you ever want to see. Who else? Who else before I get out of here? Yeah, Sutek got out of there. Judah said Sutek left. Shoot, Sutek was the first to get out of there. Sutek was the first to get out of there. Yep, him and Larry. They was tough, boy. Larry was tough on the Moors, man, wasn't it? He was tough on the Moors, man. Let me get out of here, fam. I'm going to get me some rest, family, so I can rest up for tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm going to give them slides I was talking about today. And then on Monday, we going in. And so if you choose to hang out with us on Monday, December the 13th, 2021 at 9. I got it for 9:50, but it's probably going to be 9:30 if I get everything together. If you be there to hang out with us, tell you, all of y'all brothers, don't come over here with that foolishness, because it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. He said, remember that Moore destroyed Reggie. Yep. Brother Sharif. Yeah. It's bad. So, family, I'll give you some hints tomorrow, but it's going to get warmed up. Peace and love. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law